Good afternoon.
Hi. Yes, this is the special. I'm actually getting this down now. This mirroring thing is just like, it's odd.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, what's even weirder is usually I would gesture to, like, if I was going to gesture to someone anyway, like, this is a wall, this is open space. So I'm gesturing to a wall when I'm gesturing to her. And it's like, I'm just, it's weird. It's a weird sensation. Anyway, I'm never going to get used to it, I don't think. Anyway,
No, I don't. I can point to something behind me and it's completely the wrong side.
it's like this thing that way. And it's weirder to watch yourself do it because you're like, this is absolutely wrong. But hi, guys. We're already off topic. We just started. So I think that's a new record. That might be a new record.
I think we're fine because we didn't technically say what the topic was.
That is true.
So I think we can get away with that one.
All right, we're going to let that one slide. No squirrels today. I'm sorry to break all the hearts of you squirrel fans out there. I feel like I'm going to slide by that one. I'm not going to do that. We're not going to talk. No. Anyway, we're going on. We're greeting the chat. That's what we're doing. Jesus. Okay. Anyway. So, hello, people out in the chat. We have Lady Myst here. RR, Robert Pearson, Dave G Sound, Lori. We have Purple's also in the chat, so I don't know if you knew, but she is here. Just FYI, guys.
She gets everywhere.
She's everywhere. I mean, just everywhere. Like you look, you just purple, and there's purple over there, purple up here. Like she's everywhere. There's Loki, Mr. CCDV. La la la. Number 1 is in the chat. I do believe Lori was first. This is a historic moment that we should all recognize. Today will be henceforth known as Lori was first in the chat day. This is a huge accomplishment. And funnily enough, number 1 was number 2. So that is not a bathroom joke. Keep your minds clean. This is a channel for grown people. Hello, I'm seeing you. Hello, Zachary. I don't know. I shouldn't call people by nicknames when I just met them. Hello, Zachary. And I don't know if I said hi to Robert, but I'm going to say hi to Robert again. Hello, Robert. Hey! I haven't seen you in a while. I also haven't been around, so that probably has something to do with it too. Hello, baby Valkyrie. Dal. All right, so topic of today is hype culture. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it fun? That you just love being hyped up for something, and then it just crushes you and lets you down.
Then it just falls flat. Yeah. It builds you up, you get all excited, and wah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so fun. Good, Chris. Thank you for that. Excellent. All right. Oh, and hey, Jedi Bill. How's it going? Is it morning? Is it morning where you are, Jedi Bill? I don't know. Does it matter anymore? I don't know if it does.
Time means nothing anymore, huh?
Not in the UK. UK is a giant hole of time, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff. I'm probably going to get copyrighted just for saying that, actually.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, you'll just get flagged up for that one.
Oh, if the stream ends, it's because I said something. I quoted an entire sentence from Doctor Who. How dare I?
BBC will come after you.
Probably. I mean, I think they're bleeding money at this point, honestly. Not that anyone who knows anything about the BBC should be upset by that, because they're kind of...
Oh no, it's not a bad thing. Not at all.
No one's just like, oh, bye. Yeah, it's like, oh, I didn't like you, and you're suffering. Bye. Have a good one. You ruined everything. Bye. Our media is now a joke because of you. Bye. Anyway, hype culture. Being disappointed, I guess, basically. It is like, oh, it is 12 p.m. Are you in Weird Mountain Time? You must be in Weird Mountain Time. Anyway, it is. Hype culture is, in my opinion, only good when it lives up to the hype. Now, how many things have lived up to the hype? I can't really. I actually can't name one. Like anything that's been hyped up insanely is and we're focusing on just media right now. There's a whole nother section like in the fashion industry for hype culture, in technology, there's a whole thing for hype culture. I mean, there's the memes around people standing in line for like 3 days for the newest iPhone. I mean, really, like hype culture itself is awful, you know.
Yeah, it's that got to have mentality that people kind of fall into. I think sometimes that's when it hits the worst as well. When you are disappointed, you kind of built yourself up that you have to have this whatever, say, new phone, or you've just had to see this film, and then the disappointment sets in when it doesn't live up to expectations.
Exactly. Actually, Lori just proved me wrong.
Oh.
And so did RR. I'm actually proud of him.
Yeah. Why did I think that one was going to pop up?
It's funny that I forget it. Okay, because of how 2020 has been, it felt that October feels like it was 12 years ago. Because every month of 2020 is like
3
years. Yeah, it's the one. It won't go away. It's like, okay, we're still in June. Yeah, it's like February by itself was a whole decade. So,
yeah, I agree with Rory. This film was hyped up, but on the other hand, it was kind of demonized as well, because you had the media saying, "Don't go see this film." It's dangerous to go see this film, and I think that was kind of like a negative hype that built up around it as well.
Yeah,
because that made people, want to go see it more.
Yeah,
So
it's
not just that it was a great film, but
yeah,
and it
exactly.
was a fantastic film.
Agreed.
But being told that it was, it's dangerous, you shouldn't go to the cinemas to see it,
Yep. So of course I went with a friend to go see it on Thursday night, at 7 p.m. Opening weekend. So because obviously I did.
Yeah, I think I saw it on the Friday, but we could only get in early, so it was like 8 o'clock in the morning that we saw it.
Oh, I've done those before. Those are trippy, especially longer movies. It's like I go into the theater and I walk out and it's lunchtime and it feels like I've been I've been up all night, even though I was just watching a 3-hour movie. Those 8 a.m. showings are bizarre. Yeah, totally worth it. Joker was amazing. The hype, yeah, it was interesting. The hype was almost reverse psychology around it. It was like it looked amazing, but all of like the media talking about it was like, oh, there's gonna be I actually don't know if I can say that word and not get like punched down by YouTube and little
YouTube's very YouTube's very funny about what words you can and can't say.
Yeah, I was like, I'm worried. It's like I'm a little skittish, okay, about what words I use.
I'll type it in the chat, but it'll probably flag the chat as well.
Yeah, right. It's like that, the thing that they all said was going to happen at Joker showings. That thing, everyone remembers that. That thing, it was
didn't
like
happen anywhere. Yeah,
I don't think. Yeah, no, it didn't. And
no.
I don't remember this. Like Lord of the Rings had already come out by the time I got around to watching it for a while, so I don't remember it. But I know you're a big Lord of the Rings fan, Purple. So
yes, I remember the hype from the second movie better than the first. I think because it got the momentum going, and because the first was such a good film, the anticipation was much higher for it. So yeah, I would definitely agree with RR about Lord of the Rings, all three films, and I think that's probably why going on to The Hobbit as well, it kind of fell a little bit flat for a lot of people, because they expected a lot more, given that it was Peter Jackson. It was the same crew. It's the same, filmed on location.
Yeah. New Zealand. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nothing against New Zealand, but y'all should chill that out a little bit more, because I don't know if that might be all you got.
Pretty much, yes.
So, New Zealand, seriously, chill out that hard, please. Like, yes, I am speaking to an entire country right now. Please, it's beautiful there. We can see in the movies. Just chill to it.
New Zealand is very environmentally conscious.
Yeah.
Because I think that's part of the reason that they don't kind of hype it up, if you will, more. But a lot of the film sets, they're just locations that they've gone to. So it's the mountains, it's the Cook Mountains. The Shire is in a place called Rotorua, and that's actually that filming set is there, and you can tour that place. But other than that, it's just locations that they managed to find. And
have you been there? Yeah, you've actually been there. I think you've shown me pictures, but yeah. So she knows what she's talking about. She knows what she's talking about.
Occasionally.
Well, in regard, definitely, you were like, I defer to you for the most part on that subject, because like I watched it and it was, I mean, it was okay. I haven't watched it in a long time. I was younger, so maybe I'd appreciate it more watching it now. But I haven't seen the extended editions, which I've heard are like mind blowing.
Yeah. If you're going to rewatch them, I would say just jump straight to the extended editions, and if you can, watch them all back to back. I think Loki suggested it the other night. It's like 12 hours.
Okay, when I have 12 hours free, I will do. Now, I have watched all the Saw movies back to back to back to back to back to back to back. So, I don't know if I would advise doing that, because the flaws become a bit more obvious when you watch them back to back to back. I love them to death. I love the Saw franchise to absolute. I love it.
Saw franchise. Yeah. Especially Jigsaw surprised me.
Yeah, I saw that in theaters. I was kind of like, interesting, and then they didn't do anything with it, and now they're gonna reboot. They're gonna reboot it. So it's like, okay.
Because where else would you go when you finish the franchise? Back to the beginning.
Or just, I don't know, John Kramer's still alive. Maybe continue making movies. Because go ahead and, I dare you, go ahead and try to recast Jigsaw as anyone other than John Kramer. They tried to do that with Freddy, and it fell flat on its face. So
yeah, it did.
Don't do that. Anyway, moving on. So okay, who else? Other people have joined. I think. Swear I saw a Tribble run by here. I think Trey might. Yep. I knew it. I knew you were in here. Yep. Oh, got a flowery greeting from Lady Myst.
Hi, Lady Myst. Yeah, Lady Myst has got such a lovely voice.
Yes, she does. That face you just saw was at this comment. Lori, honey. Honey.
You guys must really have had a lot of security then. We had people kind of on the door, but nobody got patted down or anything. Then again, I suppose it's different because obviously guns aren't allowed in the UK.
Yeah. Y'all need a Second Amendment. That's just my opinion, though. It's okay. You can just move here. I'll be fine. No problem. That's not like a huge thing to do at all. No, just move here. It's easy, right?
It won't take the next 10 years of my life to accomplish.
Yeah, that's like That's an afternoon. No big deal whatsoever. This is an interesting point. Yes. In general, the books are better than the movies. It's very difficult to switch from source material. You know what? I should cover that one time. It just gave me another idea. And I'm not writing it down, so I'm probably going to forget about it. But anyway.
That's all right. Go back and rewatch the stream.
Yeah, I'll go back and watch my stream. Yay. However long this thing's going to go on for. I don't know how much about movies and TV shows, but hype culture around books is also awful. That's interesting. Yes, I think, yeah, in a way.
I agree with that one. I mean, J.K. Rowling, I suppose, would be the best example of that. I mean, you think of the midnight releases for the Harry Potter books.
Hello. That was me. That was me. I was one of those people. Yes, I do have posters and wristbands and stickers and little temporary tattoos because they gave you a little goodie bag. You know, it's like movies, right? You go there like a bigger movie and big opening night. For some reason, I never saw Solo, but I have like opening night Solo like little buttons. I don't know if I have them over here, maybe, but I never saw Solo, so I have no idea why I have them.
Where did they come from?
I don't know. Hold on. Can I find it real quick? Where are you? Yes, I just have a bunch of junk over here.
I mean, even you could say something like the 50 Shades of Grey, the anticipation for the next one of those, even though they're terrible books. The hype was there for them.
That is true. I can't find you. Where are you? I'm gonna find you after the stream.
Yeah, you'll put your hand down on it as soon as you end the stream.
I thought I organized this into somewhat, better looking, not so chaotic chaos, but it's apparently not. Oh, I found it. It's literally right in front of my face. Here we go. Why do I have these?
Why do you have those?
How do I have these? I don't know. I never saw the movie. Not serious. Like, I don't. Anyway, I don't know. Yeah, I just threw them because that's about as much as anyone cared about Solo. Anyway, so back to her comment. Yes, I did the midnight releases for the Harry Potter books for 6. No, I can't say that. I didn't do it. My dad did. My poor dad. And I would wake up the next day because I was too young to stay up till midnight, and so I would stand in line. I need to ask them about that one day and like ask them the stories to tell about that because I'm sure there was insane people there, and then I'd start reading it like immediately. But another one is the mock
cues and people dress up. What? Yeah. What was that so sweet?
Oh no, I was
I've seen the cues for the Harry Potter and people who dress up. Yeah.
I can't say I've been in one, but I got the rewards. Someone's standing for it, so sure, we'll throw books in too because I remember when Mockingjay came out, and I wasn't invited. I never really got into the Hunger Games series. I read the first one. I watched all of them. You want to convince me that someone's a strong female character? Do not have her cry for 98% of the movie. Okay? Okay. Thank you. Public service announcement for everyone. I don't want my strong female characters who are leading wars sobbing for the whole movie. Like, I understand she has PTSD, but I only know that because I know people who read the books. So you didn't express that at all in the movie. So maybe if you're going to go with that storyline, you build it up. I don't know. Anyway. But everyone, I heard that I just walked into school and high school one day, and they were just people just had them just reading. It's kind of interesting. You don't really see that much anymore. But everyone just had the books, and they were reading it, and you could there was a certain part and I don't know when it was, because again, I only saw the movies of Mockingjay, but there was a certain part in that book where like, you could tell they got to it because their expression would go from like really trying to read it and like getting into it to just like, this is just why is this happening? It was funny because like all different people I knew, like in all different classes, it was like the same thing. Just watching it, it was this kind of like this look of, oh, that's where you went with this. It's like, ooh, oh, bummer. See, you were smart because I saw all 4 of them. And yes, I don't like it that they that they started that stupid trend where the last one is split into 2 so they can make more money. I know that's why you're doing it. Because if you actually wanted to fit everything in the books and the movies, you would have done that for all of them. I'm just saying. Also, don't split books that are this tiny into 3 movies. And we're back on The Hobbit.
Yes, I was gonna say. That sounds familiar.
Hold on.
Yeah, you can't split a book that's got 200 pages into 3 2-hour movies.
This consisted of 3 motion pictures. This is The Hobbit. This is split. 3 motion pictures. And yet I can take a Harry Potter, if I bother, take a Harry Potter book out, and it's like, hold on, it's like this big. All right, it's like 4 of these, and they did 1.
Yeah.
So
same with Hannibal and Silence of the Lambs. They're substantial books, and they managed it.
Yeah, they actually managed it, made it into competent films. Hey, Captain Truck. Thank you for stopping by. Hey, you want to stay? You can stay. You don't? I really appreciate the like, and I appreciate your support, man. We love you. The books were, but yeah, just in general, that's the rule of thumb. Even when I was younger, that was the rule of thumb, is the books are generally better because that's the original source material for the most part. So anyway, that's not the topic that we were talking about. Damn it. Gosh. Anyway, hype culture. Yes, we're going to go to The Hobbit because I actually remember that. And I remember I really like Thranduil, Lee Pace's character. The really sassy, totally not gay elf king.
Not at all. No.
Not even. No way.
No, sir. No.
No. It's the gayest elf I've ever seen in my life, but okay. And you could say it's, the hair and the thing. It's like, nah, well, Legolas wasn't, so your move.
I do like Lee Pace. He's a really good actor.
Really good actor, absolutely. It was the way they split it, I think, too. I think I've talked about this before. I hate that in the Desolation of Smaug. Like they okay. Yes, we're getting back on topic. I'm very excited. No, you did not. It's okay. I like generally staying on topic. You actually gave me, and I think someone else gave me a okay, we're gonna try that sentence again. Gave me idea for another stream because I think we could go on for hours about books that don't live up to their movies, or movies that don't live up to their books. You know what? I'm blaming the fact that I mirrored that my language got mirrored there. And it's not my fault at all. Obviously not. It's fine. Don't worry about it. If I didn't want y'all interacting, I wouldn't have the chat open right now. So it's totally fine, guys. Like totally, absolutely, 110% fine. Did I say hi to Darth Hastur? Hello, Darth Hastur. So I remember the build up because I still like I have the books. I just haven't read them. Actually, I have 2 copies of The Hobbit. Funnily enough. Well, hold on a second. All right. Well, now that you've mentioned that, I mean, this is
That's a really nice copy. But that's a small print, isn't it? It's not a... Yeah.
And it's kind of gotten beat up a little bit. That is. But I got this from Walmart, so it is the highest of qualities. But it has this fun little map in it that I like. So I don't know what's happening most of the time. And it came with a bookmark. And yeah. My map. And there's little pictures in it too. So it was like when The Hobbit came out, and I was like, I don't have a copy of this thing. I'm gonna read it. I never read it. Yeah, it also comes like within, has little drawings. I actually have the other, I have like this little mini hardback edition of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, all kind of in a little collector's little edition, but I haven't read them yet. And so anyway, I haven't read the books yet. When I I'm sorry, I'm not kidding. A bird went by my window and it distracted me. So give me a second. Regain my control. No, it wasn't. No, it was literally just a bird. Maybe it was a flying squirrel. I'm not gonna blame it. That's a flying squirrel. So when it came out, I remember
that been launched by catapult.
It's a feathered tribble. My God, they're mutating. Damn it, Jay. Rip. All right. Yep. The Hobbit was doomed. It was doomed after Del Toro dropped out right after it started shooting. See, I wasn't really that. Like, I knew, like, I was in the nerd culture, but I wasn't knew behind the scenes stuff. So this is interesting. That's right out before it started. That's Spindle. Savage. Mm-hmm.
I would have actually really liked to see Del Toro's take on The Hobbit. I think it would have been a lot darker than what Peter Jackson did. But I can see why they went with Peter Jackson, obviously, because they were trying to recapture the magic from the Lord of the Rings.
But
I think if I remember correctly, Peter Jackson didn't particularly want it to be split into 3 films.
I can understand why. There's not enough material to split it into 3 films. And if what Chris is saying, his is the size of The Prisoner of Azkaban. That's like this.
It's about 220 pages.
That's not enough. That really isn't enough. That's not even that's not enough to really even make it a miniseries. It was big enough to make into a miniseries. This wasn't. This was like possibly a 2 movie. Or you could do, I don't know if anyone here watched Sherlock with, I guess you could make it a miniseries. It would almost have to be like 3, maybe hour and a half long episodes, maybe.
Yeah, almost like what they did with Good Omens, but obviously not as long. Like Good Omens was 6, wasn't it? But Good Omens just split it up in chapters.
Yeah, like if you want it that way, you do 3 episodes covering kind of the 3 main events. Like the beginning, and then you have Smaug, and then you have the Battle of 5 Armies. Assuming the Battle of 5 Armies is as big a deal as they made it in the 3rd one, I don't know how big of a deal it was.
I'm not going to read the book at some point. Yeah.
Was it? Is it really that tiny? Like that? Is it really that?
Someone put it for you.
It's much smaller, isn't it? Like they made a whole movie on like a page and a half, didn't they?
I'm not saying anything. Read the book. You'll find out.
Making me read shit.
Effort.
Man. I just want to be told stuff. If I really wanted to.
It wasn't the Battle of Helm's Deep. Okay. I'll put it that way.
I heard a lot of bad things from people who read the books about the Battle of 5 Armies, so I'm assuming I was assuming something special happened It was an experience for people who read the book, pretty much. So let me see. Just going over in my brain, other I was thinking about focusing more on trailers, but it's like not. It's not even just trailers. It's marketing. And trailers is wrapped up in the marketing. I can't do audiobooks. I don't know why. You'd think I would be able to, because I can listen to things, but I can't. It's like I want to. I can't imagine it, and so I'm like sitting there reading it. Anyway, moving on. The marketing, and I've spoken about this before. The marketing of movies like It Comes at Night is a good example of kind of hyping up a movie and marketing it in a way to get audiences in there, but not thinking about the repercussions of that. If you tell audiences that you're going to do something, and this is okay, great. You know what? How about this? So you're in a restaurant looking at a menu. I know it's been a hot minute since some of us have done that, but just remember what it was like to sit in a restaurant and look at a menu. And you order something. You look at the ingredients. They even have a picture, which is rare, of what you're ordering. And you get it, and it's completely not even close. Like, I wanted this like sirloin steak with mashed potatoes and corn on the cob, and you gave me a Caesar salad. This is wrong. This is not correct. Yeah, I know, right? What a time to be alive. It's a thing where people used to, in group, have like dinners together. Like group,
we actually sit down with friends and family.
With other people.
Wow.
And then yeah, I know. Not 6 feet apart. Wow. I know. Again, like I said, this year's been weird. It feels like it's definitely not just been. We're not even halfway done, guys. FYI, with the year, we're not even halfway there. So, good luck, everybody. It's been fun so far. Still waiting on the alien invasion that will inevitably come.
And the meteor strike. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Just. Yep. I know, what a concept. Anyway, so like, if you could just do me a favor and imagine that bizarre sequence of events that I laid out for you. That's what, when you give if you market your movie as something that it's not, that's what you're doing to your audience. It's Yep, I forgot. Yeah, Gal, you identify as an alien, right? Yeah, forgot about that. That is true. My bad. But yeah, there we go. Perfect. Yeah. I was not around when Blair Witch happened. It is, and I've heard about it. And it's very difficult, I think, for people who weren't around when that happened to understand how brilliant the marketing was for that movie. Like, the movie itself is, but how it was done, I think, is what made it the cultural phenomenon that it is. Were you around when it happened?
I was. I remember quite a bit older than you, so I definitely remember. I remember marketing. I remember the trailers. I remember the little snippets that you'd see in previews to other films. And then there were things like it was being hyped up on the news, and you have people kind of giving false interviews and things. And it just built up and built up and built up until you went to see this film. And yeah, it was the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, it's we're fun. I keep knocking over my water bottle.
I actually hate that film, partly because it's not a very good film, and partly because it ushered in the shaky cam cliche in films that just hasn't gone away since. You know, the found footage, which I think is way too used.
It's done in a way. If it's done in a way that's good, it can be. It's pretty good. I mean, I think at this point that everyone knows found footage films are not. It's lost that novelty of them not of it being very clearly like, oh, this is fake. But I do enjoy watching them, just because it's going to sound a bit messed up, but one of the reasons I like watching found footage is it's those types of horror movies, almost exclusively this type, where they make everyone unlikable, and you're rooting for none of them. And in fact, you're rooting for whatever entity that they're choosing to have torment people. You're rooting for that. And so you just basically what you're doing is you're waiting for like the second and third act by the time you figure out that you don't like any of them.
Yeah, I kind of had that with the Jeepers Creepers films.
Bye, Dal. Have a good one.
Now. You have a good time, my love.
It was. Man, you make me hate those people. Yeah, of course I'm gonna watch them all day. That's what you've done in your horror movie. Yeah, of course I'm gonna continue watching it. And most of the time, those are found footage. And it's not really an original, concept, but it's most of the time it's like they deserve it because they're terrible people, and what they did was awful, and you're not rooting for any of them. There's no like hero of the story. It's just like these are all like some of the worst humanity has to offer, and it's like, all right, go evil thing, go. No.
Yeah, they stick entirely to kind of stereotypes and not very imaginative ones anyway.
Yes.
I think especially it's true in the horror genre, because whatever it is, Freddy, Jason, Jigsaw, that's the main draw for people. So, the supporting cast of whoever gets killed off isn't really that important. They're just kind of cannon fodder for whatever the big baddie is of the film. Sticking with the horror, I will take you back, way back, to some really old film.
Oh my god!
I know, it's 1955, called The Tingler. So this was a Vincent Price film. I'd recommend it. It's definitely worth seeing. Oh no, it's 1959. Sorry.
Oh, it's not the year. It's the name, The Tingler.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a horror film at all, does it? But trust me, it was.
Like a parody, honestly. The Tingler. It's like a Thing parody almost.
Yeah, well, almost it was. It's that kind of. It's almost like it's a parasite, basically. I won't kind of go into it too much because it's definitely worth a watch, even though it's an older film. But the way they marketed their films back in the day was much better. So they would have for horror films, they'd have they'd give out flyers warning people, this film is really disturbing. Don't go see this if you're pregnant, if you faint, if you've got a weak heart, if you have a weak constitution, they'd hype it up that way. They'd even have like registered nurses in the theaters.
They would bring that back. That's amazing.
And in this particular film, what they did is they paused the film midway through, and they had a separate film play where Vincent Price himself does this panicked kind of voiceover saying that the Tingler has escaped and it's in the theatre with the audience, and it would just build this kind of shock value. I think it worked really, really well, but they don't do that anymore.
That's amazing.
But a lot of the older kind of, especially from the 1950s and 1960s, they would have that kind of extra to hype up their films.
It's like a performance art piece on top of the movie.
Yes, it's almost like breaking the fourth wall with the movie whilst you were experiencing it.
I can understand why they can't do that nowadays, though. Like, because that would be taken advantage of, really easy, and something awful would happen because people suck. But if you wanted to do, you could do that as like a performance art installation kind of thing, where you create a movie and you do the kind of something similar to that. It'd take a lot of build up. Like, you would have to pour some serious money into it in order to do that. But it's so interesting. I love that. I love clever marketing. I love clever things like that. Thinking outside the box, which is okay. Again, I'm moving you over here because I keep kicking. No, I keep kicking my water bottle because the way I'm sitting, where I had my water bottle, it's in my leg space, and I can't sit still to save my life.
Right, so I compliment you on your choice of T-shirt, by the way.
What this little thing? I don't know. Some weird dude named Loki. I got it from him. So yeah, I blame him for everything because that's just the natural thing to do. So
awesome.
Yep. And then hold on. Let's see if I can do this and not screw up everything. Let's see. And then you have the back. Nah. Hold on. We're gonna do this. Or you have the back, which has kind of the wolf dragon. So anyway. Yep.
Speaking of gimmicks, we just did our own gimmick then. So we kind of like broke the fourth wall.
Yep.
And did some advertising. And
there we go.
What we're talking about.
Oh. Hold on a second. Did you put the link in the chat? Can you please?
No, but I can do.
Can you please?
I can do. Yeah. Give me a
Thank
second.
you.
Yeah, we'll go and get it. Well, you'd...
Yeah, it is. It is cool, isn't it? Yeah.
It is very cool.
Yeah.
And I'll put the link in, and then everyone can get one themselves.
Yeah, and this is the just for everyone because the sizing and whatnot. This is like I'm tiny, and this is a unisex, small, so it fits me perfectly. But just so everyone knows, if you're a woman and you're buying like the female versions of the shirts, be sure to go size up. Just in general, rule of thumb. That's usually what I do. Anyway, so we're back to our regular scheduled program. The advertisement is over. Let's see. I think Charles Fecker release hype is still the gold standard, at least from Darth. I didn't even know. I had no idea that. Which is funny. Funny you say that because I have a Psycho poster right above me, and I had no idea that there was like documentaries on it. I'll have to watch that. I'll see that. That's interesting.
Yeah, there's a great one on The Shining as well. That's a really good documentary.
I heard interesting. I know a little bit about it, like as far as the inspiration behind it, the inspiration behind it, and I really like watching. Back when I guess I had cable, I like watching those little ghost hunter shows. And they would go. A lot of them would go to the. They'd go to that hotel that he stayed at, that Stephen King stayed at. That gave him the. That he slept in, and he had a nightmare of what happens in The Shining, and he wrote it down, and that's what The Shining is. Yes, it is. And every frame in that movie is a photographic masterpiece. I kept pausing. I had to rewatch the movie entirely because I kept pausing it and just going, the cinematography. Anyway, going back to hype culture. Hype culture done right. What we have covered so far.
Yeah, hype culture done right, as you say, works really well. So it should kind of build people's anticipation of whatever it is, especially films, because it's a visual medium. So you should want to make people go see your film. You know?
Yeah, like you want to drive people to go there. But when you're doing stuff like I mentioned before, like It Comes at Night, which was marketed as a creature feature, and so general audiences that went there going to see a creature feature. I knew the production company, A24. Studio A24 is an artsy fartsy horror, or just in general artsy fartsy. But when they do horror, it's very like layers upon layers of layers. And I love analyzing things, especially if you're like symbolism and whatnot. And so I went into that movie knowing what I was getting into because I knew who had produced it, the studio. But that's not what your general audience, your normal person would just, they wouldn't know that kind of stuff. They just want to go see a movie, right? And they thought it was, a monster. There's no monster.
Yes. Wasn't that a similar thing that happened with Cloverfield? Wasn't that hyped up as kind of like the kind of almost like a Godzilla type thing? And yes, you do get to see at the end, but the vast majority of the film, it's a shaky cam, it's the found footage, and it's just your cast running around screaming.
Someone mentioned that before. Hold on, see if I can find it. And I missed you, Josh and Rebecca. Praise the dawn. Thank you for coming. Let's see.
Always makes me laugh when they put blame _Loki.
That always makes me laugh every time I see it. And it's funnier knowing that came from Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. I swear I saw someone mention it. I wanted to give him a shout out. And I'm sorry that I can't find it, but I'm also skimming, so it's not like I'm reading it really well, and I probably missed it. But it was... Ha! I found it. Okay.
Alright, Lady Myst.
Yes. I think I just watched it. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't like it. And I got really mad at the movie for killing my favorite character, which was the funny guy. The funny guy holding the camera was like the highlight of the movie, and the second they killed him, was like the last 20 minutes of the movie, you're just like, okay, there's this couple that I don't care about. Somebody want to explain to me how this cave-in, the footage is fine.
After it had was it bridge or something fell on top of the camcorder? Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay. Like I was saying, just the movie could have been great. Personally, I don't think they put enough budget into the monster because people who love that movie are like devoted to that thing. It's really interesting to talk to somebody. I've known one of my friends. He loves it. He absolutely loves Cloverfield. And it's just kind of like listening to him talk about it. It's like, I didn't get that at all, man. Like, I was told this was a good movie. We sat down as a family and watched it. And I was like, I will never forget.
You were underwhelmed.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'll come back to it. No, because I wanted to like it. I really, really did. But for me, the monster got spoiled because before the film came out, they were releasing shots of the toys and the statues that go with it. So even this big reveal at the end, you knew what it was going to be. So I think sometimes that can be a detriment to a film, especially if it hinges on this huge reveal at the end.
Exactly. It's like I wish it was one of those movies where you do wish it was good, because it has the makings to be a good movie, but it didn't quite get there. And I remember sitting there, we're watching it, we're like an hour and a half or something, like an hour into the movie. My dad turns to me, because I was the one who suggested it, which, by the way, I still have not lived down. That's been years since that sucker. Okay, let me tell you how long ago it was for me. We got that, I think, from Hollywood Video, if I'm remembering correctly. We got that sucker from Hollywood Video. Yeah, like Blockbuster's competitor. Yeah, that's how long ago that was, I think. I could be wrong. You know, memories are a weird thing sometimes. But yes, it's been a while. And he just talked to me and he's just like, when does it start getting good?
How far into the movie were you?
Almost to the end. Like, we had, I think we might have been an hour and a half in. I don't remember exactly. We were basically most of the way through. About 80% of the movie was in there.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. What are your thoughts on Babadook? Okay.
Right, Richie.
This one's interesting. This one got really. I remember this one kind of being hyped up. I remember it being hyped, but I have yet to this day to finish watching it. I know how it ends. I know what the meaning is behind it. I understand like what it's actually about. I have not finished watching it. I've tried watching that movie 3 times. Every single time I'm doing something while I'm watching it. And whatever I'm doing, which is most of the time when I'm doing something, it's like I'm doing some kind of chore, like or something that involves me kind of focusing on that while also watching. It's like something where I can do it both at the same time. It's I get more distracted by the thing that I'm trying to be distracted from than the movie, which is a bad sign, in my opinion. It's hard, man. I love me a slow burn, but I don't even think the burn got started because I think it took too long. Like,
yes, yeah, I'd agree with that. I really like the concept of it, and I'd love to have my own copy of the book because I love the artwork in it. But I think it took too long to get going, and then the ending fell flat because it was rushed in the last 15 minutes. That's how it felt for me.
Yeah, like, and I might have mentioned it. I don't remember. I say a lot of things.
But I did like the cast. I thought the lady that played the mother and the little boy worked really well together.
They were very believable, mother and son. And it's kind of something. Hold on a second. It's kind of amazing how if I don't watch a movie, it takes me. I'm not that hard to entertain when it comes to movies. Now, if I think about it and start analyzing it, usually I don't end up liking it. If I start analyzing it too hard and go, yes, I do have a tendency to overanalyze. I know. Shocker to everyone in the chat here. No one saw that coming. Sometimes I don't like it, but sometimes I like it more. And it's, again, like, I absolutely love the Saw franchise. Are they good movies? Not really. Not for the most part. 1, yes. 2, eh. And then kind of from that point forward, either you like them or you don't. You're watching them or you're not. Like, there's no in between.
Yeah, you're either on board with the franchise or you're not by that point.
Yeah, there's like 10 of them now. So I'm like,
soon to be 11.
hello, Adega. Finally free. I understand that feeling so much. That is mood right there. That is actual just mood in general. I'm free. But yeah, I know the Babadook, what it's supposed to be about, and spoilers. Spoiler, we're spoiling. The spoilers. The theme of it is postpartum depression. That's what it's about. And so it's hold on a second. So that's what the Babadook is supposed to be about. Now, I think they pretty much nailed it. They just needed to speed up and then slow down. So speed up a little bit, and then slow down towards the end. If you want a good look at a good slow burn, look at The Witch. The Witch nailed that. That's a slow burn. That
is a great film.
Yes. Very, very good. I do suggest having subtitles on if you don't understand. It's a period piece. It's during basically it's more Old English.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I like that. It's good, but you're gonna need subtitles.
Yeah, that and both versions of Let the Right One In, the original and the remake, were both pretty good.
I watched one of them. It might have been the remake. Let the Right One In, little girl.
Yep, that's the one.
Okay, is that the remake?
They're both the same. They're both pretty much note for note identical.
I
think one was Scandinavian, the original, if I remember correctly, and then there was the American remake.
I think I watched the American remake because I watched. Funny, a lot of the introduction to horror movies, like Blade, for instance, my introduction to Blade, and yes, that is superhero horror, and a great series. Absolutely adore Blade. That was introduced on the Sci-Fi Channel back when they were somewhat competent and showed good things, and not just Harry Potter every weekend. So thank you for that. My American viewers, yes, USA and the channels USA and Sci-Fi. Once ABC Family decided to go into freeform, ABC Family had Harry Potter weekends every other weekend. They showed all the Harry Potter movies. It was almost a joke, and so they changed what their name was to freeform so that they could do less family stuff, really, and then I guess Sci-Fi and the channels of Sci-Fi and USA are owned by the same people, and they decided to every other weekend show that instead of Sci-Fi and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah,
We live in a weird timeline.
Horror Channel did that as well. Though it went away from actual horror films and it started showing weird fantasy films, weird sci-fi films, just rubbish.
I will
and the
watch.
only time you get a really good horror film would be at 11 o'clock at night, because in the UK we've got Watershed, so you couldn't even show a decent horror film early in the day.
Yeah, that's actually, I watched this one movie that was horrifying to me, and I can't remember what it's called, but I watched it again. That thing gave me nightmares. When you watch a horror, and we'll discuss horror on a different day, but just as a general rule of thumb, if you want to watch a horror movie in its best environment, do it late at night by yourself. That's when you do it. You do it at 11 or 12 o'clock is when you watch that horror movie, and you're by yourself with minimum lighting. That is the best time, because there are movies that are not scary unless you do that, which I think is funny. Personally. Yes, we will discuss. We're going to discuss for a different time, because
we'll come back to that later.
Purple and I are really big into horror, so
we'll digress. But
yeah, it's a whole genre. You can just go. It's so good, and I think it gets a bad rep because of how things are nowadays. Let's see. Yeah, this one. This is what I wanted. Say what you will about the first Avengers film, as a climax to 10 years, a crossover that connected the movie universes. Yes, the original Avengers film is my favorite Avengers film. Controversial opinion. I could have said, no, it's not just because Loki's in it. Okay, shush. No, not the reason. Infinity War might have taken the place of that. But Endgame ruined Infinity War for me, so I couldn't really, because they one-dimensionalized Thanos in Endgame, and that was a horrible, horrible mistake. So that's just my opinion on that. I don't think. Ooh, here's a controversial opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Endgame lived up to its hype.
No.
Maybe
No,
it's
I
not.
agree that. Yeah, it was still a good film, but the predecessor was better.
No, I was saying hi. Hello. I didn't know. I don't care who comes to my chat as long as they behave themselves. Anyone. And yes, if you haven't subscribed to the Valkyries, ta-da! Yay! And the channel is also in my description if you don't feel like. Well, I guess hold on. It actually is it is a hyperlink in the chat. Never mind. On StreamYard, it's not. It's just writing. And so I was gonna say, if you don't want to just copy and paste it, you can hit. I forgot how YouTube worked for a second. So anyway, yep. That's actually probably the nicest way to put it. They did.
Problem with Endgame, I think there were so many leads and so many threads that they needed to wrap up.
Mm-hmm.
And even in the 3-hour film, and it felt like a 3-hour film.
Oh, it did.
My lower half was numb by the time I got out of that cinema. It still felt rushed. You know, it jumped from set piece to set piece to set piece, and it was all over the place. It was like time travel, and then we're in Wakanda, and then you're with Tony, and then you're back somewhere else. And
yeah, and spoilers, I guess, at this point. Why to waste Black Widow dying? I'm still angry about that too.
We've got a Black Widow film to look forward to.
I literally don't care. Like, I don't even think I'm gonna go see it, honestly. Like, they should have stuck that thing after Age of Ultron when they initially started showing, little pieces of her past, so that by the time her death came around, we gave a shit. I don't know.
Yeah. I think it could have slotted in quite well just before the Guardians of the Galaxy, before it led on to bringing in a new team. So keep with the Avengers scene and then jump to Guardians.
When did the original Guardians come out?
I'd have to look it up, my love.
Hold on. We're Google. You know what? No, I will not Google. I will ask chat. All-knowing chat with your wisdom.
Chat will know.
May you bless my chat with your knowledge of Google so that we don't have to.
If Sammy were here, she'd know. She's probably watching it.
Yeah. Yeah, she would. She is otherwise preoccupied, but yes, she would. That woman watches the MCU movies. Like, I thought I was a big fan of the MCU. Then I met Sammy. I'm pretty sure she can just go on. She can just monologue the entire, quote all of the MCU movies at this point. She watches them. Like, I'm not kidding, dude. Y'all, she watches them on repeat. How many times do y'all hear her saying, "I'm gonna go watch Ragnarok"? Created a monster. I told her to watch it as a comedy, and now that's all she watches. No.
Yeah, she didn't like the film as you told her to think of it as a comedy.
Yeah, you can't think of it as a Norse mythology movie because that pissed me off too. Because I love Hela, and I think Hela should have been Loki's daughter. But
yeah, I think it ruined a really good storyline that was Planet Hulk. That's all I think of when I see Ragnarok. It just brought in what's actually a really good Hulk story and then just kind of dropped it for a joke.
And we have last week's guest coming in, Mike, saying that it came out in 2014.
Hi, Clobbering.
Hello. What is the question? Guardians came out in 2014. Now, the next question is, because I had the information that was the information I needed, and now I need more information because that information has left my brain. What movie came before and after? Like when was it in the timeline of the MCU? Because it's like I want to say it was after Age of Ultron. It was before. Okay. I'm trying to do this. All right. So you had Age of Ultron, which Iron Man 3 came after. No, Iron Man 3 came after Avengers, right?
Yes, Iron Man 3 was after it.
And then at Age of Ultron. I'm trying to remember the Tony Stark PTSD timeline that I absolutely just that storytelling, like holy hell.
So hold on, we've got phase 1 was Iron Man, then Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, First Avenger, and then Avengers Assemble, which was just called the Avengers.
Right.
But I think over here is Avengers Assemble because we had a TV series called The Avengers. It got confusing.
Oh, we had a TV series called Avengers Assemble, I think. That's funny. Anyway.
And then phase 3 was Iron Man 3, Thor Dark World, which I think everyone forgets exists. Winter Soldier, then Guardians, then Age of Ultron, then Ant-Man.
Okay, so Guardians. Yeah, so yeah, I agree. After the first Guardians, I still think after Age of Ultron would have been the if you're gonna start introducing backstory to a character, you either need to have done their origin story immediately before or immediately after. So I agree, either before or after Age of Ultron. So before Guardians or after Age of Ultron. So I guess that those two would be yes. Thank you. Yay, chat. Whoop. Funny enough, I do not forget about Dark World because that was when I really came into liking the character of Loki. And actually, yes, I do have a Loki cardboard cutout. No, it is not weird because I've had it for years. So it's actually Thor: The Dark World Loki. And there's a special edition. I don't know do y'all have Targets in the UK?
No, we don't have Target. I know of the store, but we don't have it. Yeah.
Well, Target specifically came out with a special Blu-ray edition of Thor: Dark World with a special Loki cover. And give me a moment.
One Loki thing that I've got is the Hot Toys Loki from the original Thor in the green box. I have to take a picture of him. He's really cool, but he's not on display at the moment.
I got this little fun thing. So, yeah. I didn't even own a Blu-ray player until recently, so it was like it was only at Target, and I had to get one. But it's so my point was I might be the only person who doesn't forget that movie exists.
That was your kind of real kind of jumping in point where it kind of made you a fan. That's fine. It didn't have that much of an impact on me. I think it's because I didn't particularly like the villain. Not that I don't like Christopher Eccleston. I just think he was wasted.
Oh yeah, no, agreed. Oh, what a waste.
And to be honest, I thought the ether was a bit lackluster as well. It's like, like what?
It felt like they just kind of forced Natalie Portman to be back in. That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
And also, like, as much as y'all wanted me to think that, as much as they had wanted me to think that Natalie Portman and it's wow, I forgot her name. I don't even remember her character's name. Jane Foster, that's who it is. How could I forget? She's the new Thor. Anyway. So Jane Foster
thrilled about that, yeah.
Oh my god, don't even get me. I'm not seeing that movie. You can't make me.
I remember seeing when it was announced and the look on her face, just like, oh god, what have I done?
Yeah, it was like she didn't realize what had happened. She had no idea what was going on. She was like, oh, because it's like she holds up the hammer. It's so funny. She holds up the hammer and she's just like,
what do I do with this? It's like they just kind of called her in and sprung it on her.
I've never seen an actress while promoting a movie have more of a send help look on her face. Like, help. Somebody help. Help me. I don't know what I'm doing. Why? I wanted money. I regret that now. You'd have thought she would have learned her lesson from the prequels, but apparently not. All right. She'll learn it eventually. Okay. See, that's what I think. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think there was no way of her getting out of it as much as she, by the looks of it, doesn't want to do it or didn't want to do it.
Are we talking about Dark World? I mean, honestly, it's interchangeable. Are we talking about Dark World or the next?
I think the next one is the one she's still contracted for, hence the look on her face. But I think it was the Dark World, if Chris Fleischer's right, that kind of enticed her into the role, because she was told that her character would be more prominent.
Yeah, and I mean, it was. Don't get me wrong, but like, okay, guys, like, her character got friggin' killed. There's no, you cannot tell me that she didn't get friggin' killed, because she did. All right, if she had never gone to Asgard, Frigga wouldn't be dead.
Yeah.
So good on that. Thank you for that. Awesome. I'm trying not. I know the name of it. It's just it makes me cringe when I say it, because it doesn't sound like a Marvel movie. It sounds like a different type of movie.
Very few of the upcoming Marvel movies sound like Marvel movies, to be fair.
That is true.
It's like they just got a bunch of words and sort of made a sentence out of them. I mean, that new Doctor Strange one.
Yeah, what is it? What's it called? It's like a whole paragraph of words. I don't know. I have no idea what it's called. It's some whatever.
I'll look it up. I didn't want the.
Oh, it's okay. It's just like I think it's interesting that.
Here we go. Multiverse of Madness. Yeah.
Not the best, but better than what I was thinking for some reason. Sounds like a prawn movie. I don't know. Apparently she knows. I have no idea what's prawn. I don't know prawn.
I'm curious about it because I did quite like Doctor Strange. I was surprised by Benedict Cumberbatch. But again, Matt Mikkelsen was wasted as. Oh God, I can't remember the character's name now.
Mads Mikkelsen, right? The dude with the crazy eyeshadow.
Yes,
guy,
purple eyeshadow.
Man, his eye makeup was amazing. That is true. I will give him that. You know, if that's what you get when you turn evil, I can see why he did it, because he looked fabulous, I have to say. So yeah, should be Sam Raimi. I don't think should. I think you should say could. It could be good. Didn't Raimi, and I know Raimi is kind of a hold on. I know it's kind of a. He did the Spider-Man movies, yeah.
Yeah,
including Spider-Man 3.
Yes.
So that's why I say could and not should, because my favorite, or at least one of my favorite directors, is James Wan, and he has had his name tied to some garbage things. So I never assume that something's going to be good. You have to prove to me that it's going to be good. You know, because then you get sucked into like shilling. You know, oh, I'm just watching it for that sake. See, Marvel should have waited Avengers and gave it time, like 5 or 6 years, and do something after it. People breathe after the It's been battered with Marvel. Yeah, that's interesting. There's a constant thing that has been talked about is every year, like twice a year, there was a new Marvel movie. At least,
Yeah, and then you've got all films like the DC films. I think there is superhero fatigue at the moment. When you think back before the Marvel movies, there were no big kind of superhero movies. You get the odd one, you get the Blade, or you'd get the Spider-Man movies before that. But there wasn't like the huge one after the other kind of blockbusters, especially with a linked universe and a linked story that progressed.
I think that's why I never. Yeah, see, at this point, don't watch it. Yeah, kind of like, I'm serious, man. Like, don't watch it because it would just don't do it. That's my advice, which is not something I should never be at the point where I'm like, hey, here's the last thing. Don't watch the last episode. Like, I should never be at that point, but it's kind of like this was the last quote unquote episode, and what they did to the character of Thanos, and really, like, you built him up. You know, he was like, oh, he's in the purple chair, whatever, and then you give me Infinity War, and you're like, oh, this dude. Not only did he know what he wanted, but he went out and he got it. You know, the villain won.
Yeah.
Now, it did take me out of the movie to watch all the characters that I was fully aware had sequels lined up disintegrate. That took me out of the movie hard. Like, it punched me out of the movie, and I was just sitting there. I was just like very aware that I was sitting watching a movie instead of being absorbed into the But yeah, some people weren't as affected by that, so that's a personal thing for me. It's honestly, Endgame could have never lived up to the hype.
Yeah. Let me give you a hypothetical then. Say there was no Endgame. Say it finished with Infinity War. Would you have accepted that as an ending? So the bad guy wins for a change rather than, have the heroes come out on top. Because I think that could have pulled the rug out from a lot of people. I mean, I know a lot of people want the closure, they want the happy ending, they want the heroes to win. But
we're talking that's the end. Like, there's no more Marvel movies.
No more Marvel. That's it.
That would have been interesting. That would have been interesting. Oh, that would have been interesting. Oh, that's a lot of people off. A lot of people.
Yeah. So the snap happened. Whoever was left, and it's up to them to rebuild.
If you really wanted to piss people off, have him snap and it cuts to black, so you don't know who lived and died. That's right. You could have done. You could have done that, and then you had like an end scene where it's like the Avengers kind of theme, and it's just like kind of just like a hint of who might be alive, but there's no indication of who is and who isn't. Just like vague outlines and shadows, no voices, nothing.
Throughout the credits, because usually Marvel were pretty good with the end credits, the teaser bits. So sometimes those are better than what actually happened in the film.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Just a hypothetical.
Yeah, you wanted to do that because movies have done that before, and I have applauded movies that will, instead of giving me a happy ending, just cut it off. Let's see, Inception did that. I think that was pretty good. That, like, you can argue whether or not he made it out or not. You'll never know, and I think if you let it be vague, who did, and so that could be the end, and then you wait a little bit. You wait a few years, and usually I wouldn't recommend that because you need to keep your momentum. But if you end it like that, and then you come out and you keep it under wraps, and you release it like during the Super Bowl. You release the first trailer, you keep that sucker under wraps. And I don't know how you do it, but do it. Keep it under wraps.
You have to just feed out a lot of false information and a lot of false leads.
Exactly. It would be difficult, but
then what's his name? What's the kid that plays Spider-Man talk? Because he's forever giving out spoilers.
Just put him away. So just have him go hang out somewhere with one of your castmates and just not say anything at all. Just don't do it. Don't do it. And same thing to Mark Ruffalo. Actually, both of y'all just go and fake out.
Send them to a desert island somewhere.
Yeah. But if you did it like that and he snaps and it cuts to black. And then you wait like 3 years.
Yes. So like Loki said, to come back after a few years and then the hype train starts.
Not just start. I would punch him in the face, okay? Like I said, do it during like a big thing like the Super Bowl. And keep it under wraps and do a very small, like 30-second commercial where you have the music kind of playing and you just show the logo and the name of the movie. Avengers, Endgame, if that's what you're going to go with. Or just do the Avengers logo.
Yeah.
That's what you could have done. Just very...
But all tattered and torn up.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh, I would have been screaming. Like, I would have been screaming at the TV if that was the case. I think that you could have hooked people with that. Why aren't we all in charge of marketing? That's awesome. That'd be an awesome way to do that.
Yeah, we should have, contacted Marvel on that one.
Yeah.
Get in touch with Disney.
Now that we actually know what we got, we got time travel, and I know that Professor Hulk is a thing, and but I think they made him too professor.
Yes.
So
yeah, they completely toned him down.
It's like, way to not give him
the role that Hulk played in the comics was played by the Silver Surfer. So I don't care. I would have rather seen Silver Surfer.
But then they'd have to bring in the Fantastic Four. No, they gave us Captain Marvel instead, though.
Yay!
Yay! Thank you for that.
I did laugh when she got punched out of the film, though.
That's part of the movie. That was my favorite part of the movie. She got punched, because I think everyone there. I don't think there was a soul in that movie theater who was like, who didn't think that she was going to not destroy Thanos at that point. I was like, don't you do it. Don't do it. You already gave me the weird all-female pose around Spider-Man. That was weird all by itself. I don't know how y'all teleported across the battlefield to have this posing moment. Thank you for that. Oh, I laughed. I laughed my ass off. I was like, what? Oh God. It's like that it's like that marriage scene in where they're on the boat in Pirates of the Caribbean 3. They're like dancing around each other as they're like sword fighting on a boat. It's stormy, and it's just like, no. If this was a musical, I could buy it, but this is not a musical. Stop it.
Yeah, this is supposed to have been serious, but no.
Yeah, like there's a giant whirlpool and you're fighting Davy Jones, and this is like really serious, but lol, let's get married. Okay. Cool. Oh yeah. Good. People in your theater had taste. I've never really been to a theater that was like. Also, it was 8 a.m. when I saw it, so everyone was.
You did one of those early ones.
Yeah, that was Oh, yeah.
Everyone laughed when I was there when she just got yeeted out of the film. Like, all right,
Good choice. You know that was their decision. That you know that she didn't want to do that. But well, you know, everyone liked that. So also no, it was also funny when she was like and they were all like, can you come and help us? We need your help. And she's just like, nah, I got stuff and space and I knew.
She had better things to do than save the world.
It's like, oh, things are hot. Well, your planet's not the only one. And it's like, yeah, understood.
But it's the only one going on in the movie that you're supposed to be a part of.
And it's technically your home planet. Like, there's people on here you care about. I like that the entire movie, you know, there's at no point did she go and check on the people she supposedly cared about in Captain Marvel. Like Monica Rambeau, the mother and the daughter.
I've never seen Captain Marvel.
I did.
I'm gonna have to take your word for that one.
I did, and I've watched a lot of Mauler, so that's really how I know about it. And I kind of started enjoying the Phantom Menace. Kind of. Don't waste your time unless you're watching it with another person, at least one other person, and that way you can just laugh at it. Don't watch it by yourself. I never actually finished the movie. I got to the space fight at the end, and I was like, I was wasting my minute.
I just rip it apart.
It was like, ugh. Well, they destroyed what's his name? It was Lee Pace's character in Guardians. Who was that? Dude, big dude. He wanted to destroy the Nova Corps people. It's been a minute since I've seen Guardians. Leave me alone. With the big axe. He put the Infinity Stone in it. Yeah, hammer thing. Him. Yeah, he was there and he was like approaching her ship, I'm sorry, just her, and was like, no, we can't. We're gonna turn tail and run because she's destroying everything. It's like, really? Okay.
Ronan. That's
Ronan.
I just could not remember.
Yeah. Could not think of it. I was just like, it's Lee Pace. Oh no. Ronan the Accuser. Thank you.
Ronan the Accuser. There we go. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah. But like what's funny is on, Marvel's tried to hype up Black Widow. I can't get behind it. Like, I just don't care. I don't care that
I can't remember the last thing that I saw about it. I can't remember the trailer.
Previous lifetime before the beer.
Yeah. Before that which must not be named happened. Yeah.
The beer. Dun dun dun. Yep. It's before then. They were really big on it. I think it's actually already supposed to have been released. It is weird being in June, which I think is why it doesn't feel like June. And there's no summer blockbusters or anything. I think I saw. Can't remember who it was. It might have been Odin's movie reviews. Odin's movie blog, I think, is who I saw. I didn't watch the video. I just saw the title, but I think I saw the title of him. He's been on top of like the movie theaters reopening more than anyone else I've seen, and he was, I think, said that the AMC's are gonna reopen here pretty soon in the US, which is like, I don't know what you're gonna show, except for that movie Tenet, which I think is the best thing that's possibly coming out right now. But
I'm not curious about how they're gonna seat people. I'm guessing it's like sit someone, spare seat, sit someone. Yeah.
Well, it's also, now that you mentioned that, well, not only with seating, but because they can't fill theaters, how much are the movie tickets going to be now?
Movie tickets would be the same, but it's going to be $50 for popcorn, the way they always do it.
These are facts. These are true. That's why I don't eat at movie theaters.
I just bring my own stuff in.
If I'm feeling really, really, really like I want to treat myself, I might get a cherry icy and a pretzel. Maybe. That's like
what, $25?
Yeah, that's like insane anyway. It's like in my theater, my local theater actually has like a bar. I've never gone to it because I think the drink prices would terrify me. So these normal drinks at a are pretty pricey. Unless you go into a theater if you're wearing a mask. They won't. They're gonna wait till the lights go down and like everyone else and just pull it off and just sit there with their mask under their chin.
Can you imagine if the Joker had been out at this time and people would have had to have gone to see it wearing masks? The chaos that would have made.
Oh my gosh! Well, not only would it have been that thing that they were advertising, it would have been on top of everything else. It was just. I can't even imagine what they'd come up with. It'd be like a mutation of both of them together. Like the things that you shoot out of the things. Yes, I'm having to censor myself because I don't want to get taken down. The YouTube out for everyone.
Right. Powerful YouTube mentioning that.
For anyone who doesn't know, the YouTube algorithm is pretty much running YouTube by itself. There's no there's no human interaction really stopping it, and so I don't know about anyone else, but that's very concerning. And it's been like that basically since this all started back in March, and I'm not gonna risk saying something that will make that thing which is basically on autopilot just take me down. So no, I don't want to do that. So wait, hold the phone. They serve beer and like hard like cocktail drinks that you can order at like a bar there. Yeah.
That's kind of cool. I know theatres that do proper sit down meals. And so I think if you're going to splash, push the boat out and have an actual meal and sit down at a table and watch the film, I think that's kind of nice as a one-off. But to be honest, the drive-ins appeal to me more because they just don't have those over here.
Yeah,
and I think given what's gone on, it would probably be safer for people anyway.
I would love to be able to go to a drive-in theater, but it's not like I've looked for one, so I can't really say that we don't have one around here because I haven't looked for one. But I think that would be better, actually. That would just be the solution, would it not? Yes. I don't know if they have these elsewhere, but there's a place called Alamo Draft House in Texas that you can order like full-blown meals out of. And so like you're sitting there and it's like, little like theater seats, but then you also have like a little like wooden table and you can just order food. And
yes, someone told me about those. Yeah, that appeals. That sounds like it would be fun. Sit down, have a proper meal, and then watch your film. That sounds cool.
Yeah, I definitely. Eventually, you get over here. That'll happen. But yeah,
we'll go see Black Widow.
Yeah, yay! Or we could if we really wanted to go torture ourselves. Watch New Mutants because let me tell you something. You can talk about marketing disaster. It's New Mutants. That's a marketing disaster. Don't do that to your movie. Do not push your movie back. Like, okay, let me tell you something. When I first heard about that movie, I was still in college. I haven't been in college for a little bit.
Been a while.
So, that's how long it's been. It's been a hot minute since it was supposed to come out. And pushing it back like a few months, that's not that concerning. For instance, V for Vendetta was pushed back. It was supposed to come out on November 5th of, I think, 2005. And it got pushed back to March. And so, but it's still a good movie. When you've pushed your movie back multiple years, there's a problem there. Because
bringing up pushing back films, Avatar. It's been more than 10 years since Avatar.
Forgot.
Is anyone interested in the sequels that are supposed to be coming? Because I'm sure as hell not.
I think I'm interested in going to see the Disney park of Pandora. Like, that's it, because it looks pretty. That's about it. I never saw the original. And I don't really... Did you see the original? The first one?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah, I saw it at the cinema.
Okay. It's like one of the... I guess I don't really ask that question normally, but, like, I don't really know a whole lot of people who went and saw it, which it blows my mind how it was, like, top dog of all time when it came to, like, records at the box office.
Again, it was, I think it was word of mouth, and it was hyped up. And as pretty as the film is, there's not a lot of substance if you kind of scratch below the surface.
I heard about that, yeah. It's like what Pocahontas meets Alien Planet.
Alien Planet meets Fern Gully, meets Dances with Wolves. Yeah, it's all that kind of, yeah.
And I do remember, and I thought it was a joke. I didn't realize this. I think... I don't remember, man, it is so irrelevant that if I said anything about it, I have forgotten. But it's like, basically, just blue cats. Yeah, pretty.
There's Avatar The Last Airbender. What's this Avatar you speak of?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, and we do not... No. We don't speak of the movie version. Okay? No.
Yeah, we don't.
No, we don't. We don't speak of it.
The TV series is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But the film...
Yeah. It's pretty, Sigourney Weaver's in it. Yes. That's the movie we're talking about. Yeah. I thought it was hair, not tail. I thought they did it with their hair, not their tails, but okay. Still weird. I mean, there's no good choice there. It's not like, oh, one's better. Oh, they're both equally weird and bizarre, but it's like... Yeah, I thought it was a joke that he said he was going to do like 10 more. Apparently they were doing... How many more did you say they were going to do?
I think there's supposed to be 4 of them, so there's supposed to be 3
3
on
more?
the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
James Cameron really, really wants to get these films done. So why it took him 10 years, I don't know.
Yeah,
like you say, it's one of the top grossing films of all time.
Yeah, and I think whether or not this is true or not, but isn't it the reason that ticket sales went up? Like,
Most likely, I would believe that, yeah, people would be willing to pay the extra, so they upped the prices and never took them down again.
Yeah, I think if I remember it, because it was so, it was just like hated Avatar, as I call it, dances with Smurfs. That's funny. That's an insult to Smurfs, my dude. Overrated. Yeah, I believe overrated is the best one. Like, Sent Out for a Drink sequel. No. We're not talking about the M. Night Shyamalan disaster. That was M. Night Shyamalan, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure he did Avatar: The Last Airbender, the movie. Yeah, I'm pretty... Whatever. It doesn't matter. Whoever decided to do that. No, Avatar as in the James Cameron Blue People film. That one. James Cameron used to be a really respectable, good director. I mean, I know Titanic's like one of the big ones people name off. I've never seen it. I know of it.
Mm-hmm.
I have a thing about movies that take actual real life tragedies and form a movie around a make-believe love story that didn't happen,
Mm-hmm.
and then make the tragedy of what's happening secondary. But something that really happens. I'm not talking like disaster movies, like something that really, like Pearl Harbor,
Based
you
on
know,
fact.
I think it's like, and then you create a romance movie around a real life tragedy that happened, and the real life tragedy where real actual human beings died takes the backseat to this love story. That's, and say what you will, but Jack and Rose is that's Romeo and Juliet on the Titanic. Like, I don't know how to put that to you. Like, I know it upsets people, but like, I don't like it when I see big tragedy. The Titanic happened, guys. And it's like,
I like Billy Zane's character. He was at least interesting. But yeah, I know exactly what you mean. But that was another one that was kind of hyped up by word of mouth rather than kind of advertising. Because people said, "Oh my god, you've got to see this film," and then people flocked to the cinema to see it. And I remember going to see a different film at the time, and there's just this huge queue of people waiting to see Titanic. I think all the showings had been sold out, but they were waiting for more to be opened. So this was just like a queue to buy tickets for a potential showing. It was really weird.
Interesting. Yeah. It's like,
I know one that was really well kind of marketed, mainly through the merchandise, and that was Jurassic Park.
oh, yes.
You're probably too young to remember it, the first one.
Yes.
Yes. I knew you would be.
Yeah.
But trust me on this, they went into overdrive, signing the toys, the t-shirts, the lunch boxes, you name it. It had the Jurassic Park logo slapped on it. I would watch that.
Oh yeah, no, I think that would be funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
But try to do a
Titanic
Titanic movie without it sinking. Good luck.
They just kind of avoid the iceberg altogether and get to New York.
Yeah, it's just like a happy romantic comedy on the Titanic, and you don't realize it's a Titanic until they're getting off the boat, and it kind of like zooms in, like kind of pans over, and you're just like, oh, what? That'd be funny.
Well, it turns out it's not the Titanic at all. It's the sister ship. Is it the Lusitania, whatever the hell it was called?
Britannica, one of those two.
Yeah, it wasn't even the Titanic that you thought you were on at the time.
Yeah, it's like, no, it's like some like duct tape, and like the duct tape. It's like really bad, like modern day silver duct tape. Jurassic Park, obviously a classic and a well-deserved one. Ironically, I think the movie is better known than the book, which is unusual.
Yes, I would say so. I've read the book and seen the film, and I've got to admit, I actually prefer the film over the book.
I've heard the book has a lot of science behind it that kind of pulls you out.
It does, and the characters aren't particularly likable,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of weird for a book because usually you the author's got more time to kind of flesh out the characters. You know, you can learn more about them.
Exactly.
It was a bit flat, I found. You know, he kind of delved so deep into the science in commas, of making dinosaurs that he didn't really flesh out these cast of characters.
Right.
Whereas in the film, you get to know them a lot better. You know, they've got backstory. You can see the chemistry between them. I actually really like the guy that played Alan Grant. I thought he worked really well. Stan Neil, even though he's not anything like Harry Stan Neil, yeah. Even though he's not anything the way he's described in the book, he just fits the role really well.
And of course,
Ian
Malcolm.
Exactly.
I mean, come on.
Nobody who doesn't like Jeff Goldblum.
God, I love Jeff Goldblum. Man. I didn't know what his name was for a while, so I addressed Jeff Goldblum as Ian Malcolm. That's what I called him as a character. It shouldn't be Bill Paxton. There you go. Yay. Names, chat, all knowing. Thank you. That movie is just like, ugh. I love that movie. I was planning on getting some more like posters, and that's one of the ones I was going to get, because I watched a documentary on it. It's not exactly usual for me to watch documentaries on something, but I kind of stumbled across it. It was a documentary on the creation of the dinosaurs, and I didn't know that the T-Rex was made. That's a thing. You know,
it was made by Stan Winston Studios. Yeah,
I watched them make it. It was amazing. You know,
I think a lot of the main. I know the Triceratops was made. The raptors, I think, and even the one that didn't actually exist. You know, the one that spits.
Yeah,
that was made as well. I think that's why it works so well, because the cast actually had something in front of them to act against. But the T-Rex is amazing. I'm guessing it's in storage somewhere.
Yeah, it was like, imagine, because they were talking. My favorite part of that documentary was when they were talking about having to go from. Yes, I do agree. By the way, having to go drive down the highway with that. I had to drive down the highway with that thing on the back of a big truck. It's like, no, don't worry about it. It's a giant T-Rex. Don't worry about it. The idea of seeing that is just that's amazing. I've gone down the highway before, and there was on the back of a truck, there was a DeLorean from Back to the Future, full on, with completely decked out, Back to the Future 2 version of it. It wasn't just your regular a DeLorean. It was obviously a prop from Back to the Future. It had the
perfect reproduction.
Yeah, had the. I knew this. The thing, yes, the flux capacitor. Yeah. I keep my nerd check. I keep my nerd card in check. I cannot lose it. I won't do it. I will not get into the hole that Sammy is right now. I won't do it. What nerd? Is it nerd card jail? You must watch this in order to regain it. But yeah, that was damn good movie. And we can go back and forth on whether or not the second or the third one killed it the first time. But
I would say the third one killed it for me. I quite like.
I like the second one. I really like it. You give me more. You give me more Jeff Goldblum. I'm not gonna say no. Okay. I won't say no to more Jeff Goldblum. All right, he's awesome.
As much as I love Chris Pratt, I don't like the new ones, The Lost World.
No, it's like I really don't like the chick. She just is not likable. Just is not likable.
For me, even though it's about dinosaurs, and I know you're supposed to suspend your belief, but there's no way a park could recover from what happened in the previous films, where people actually got eaten.
Yeah, so one of the main problems with, Jurassic World, it's set in the same universe as the previous ones.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're talking like no one's funding that or going to it. I'm just saying. Like, okay, I'll put it this way. Let me give you a real current example. How difficult is it right now to get people to go into restaurants that are open?
Yes.
Now imagine that feeling, people trying to get into restaurants after this thing. All right. Now imagine that, but it was a giant park dedicated to dinosaurs that every time someone went to it, people died.
Yeah, it would be a lawsuit nightmare.
Like that, no one's doing that. No one's risking that. I don't care how much money you have. No one's risking that happening again. I do not have a thing for Jeff Goldblum. He is just he's one of my favorite actors. Same thing with Anthony Hopkins. It's like, is there something with Anthony Hopkins in it? I'll probably end up watching it.
I really like Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum is great. Who doesn't love Jeff? No, seriously. No, seriously, no. Who doesn't love Jeff Goldblum? Like, seriously, point me at somebody who doesn't love Jeff Goldblum.
He's in one of my favorite remakes, The Fly.
I need to watch that. I know the story and I know about it. It's just like watching. That's just one of those that's on my forever growing list of things I need to watch. Needs to be Indiana Jones treated like a character. I don't know if you can do that with Indiana Jones. I mean, Harrison Ford just embodies the character too much. Oh, you're swimming.
Yeah, I don't
on me. That's funny. Oh, sorry, Chris. Give me a moment. Chris, yeah, you can't. I don't think you can. James Bond is different.
No, I think we need to.
Yeah. You would have to really sell me on that sucker. That would not be an easy thing. Not just me. You have to sell the generation that grew up with him. It ain't gonna be easy. It will not be easy. You know a guy that hates Jeff Goldblum. Sad day for humanity. Sad day indeed. I can answer that. There's swimming with sharks. People pay good money. Okay. You would have to get enough idiots to then go. You know what? It might actually work. Because I'm thinking, I was like, you'd have to get enough rich idiots. And then.
Yeah. More thinking of it would work if it was more like a safari park where you could hunt them rather than a tourist attraction where you'd take your kids. Because in the films with Chris Pratt, it's decked out almost like it's a zoo. So if you sold it where you could do it like a big game hunt and shoot the things, I could see it working that way. But, not with like concessions and, toys and trying to get back to how Jurassic Park, how they wanted it to be before people got eaten. I just think it's the likelihood of it happening is just too far fetched.
Yeah, I just don't see it happening. Like, I'm trying to think. Think of another. Okay, so
people would a lot of money things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, imagine having a T-Rex head mounted on your wall.
Wall. That's all that's on that wall. The thing would be huge. I'm looking at my wall, just like, yeah. Or imagine the exhaust. Yeah. There's a whole. I watch crime dramas, so I know about real things that happen. Used to, I guess, would be the proper way to put that. And I totally think this is. I mean, I think this really is a thing. And anyone who watched, I think, Tiger King knows this is definitely a thing too. So exotic animals, big business right there for numerous things, like all types of things. You know, imagine wearing like the latest fashion trend is a T-Rex skin. It would happen. Come on. We would find ways to make it happen.
Yep.
This is a casting choice I do agree with. Yes. If we're gonna cast Indiana Jones, just go in, man. Just do it. You're all right. I think he would be the only one. Like, if we're being serious about it, yeah. I think Chris Pratt would be the only one, really, at the moment, unless you have some unknown. But Pratt, I think, could pull it off. It would be very difficult to do. I think if you wanted to sell it, you make him his son.
He's very likable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's how you would have to do it.
I'd rather not.
I know. If you're gonna do it, go with Chris Pratt. But I'd rather you don't. Yeah. Because even though there are moments I do enjoy in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, it's they went from Jesus, the aliens, and like this hard cut, like real hard cut. You know, it was like Christianity, you know, relics and religious, you know, relics and stuff. That could have been a really cool thing. They continue going because there's a lot of not just for Christianity, but all different types. And they went with aliens, and it was like, oh.
So I was just laughing at Josh. Oh, hi, Grail.
Oh, hi, girl. I feel like I'm missing a joke at the moment. Oh, it's oh, hi, Mark. Yes.
Oh, Mark. Yeah.
Oh, hi, Mark. I did not. What is it? I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. Anyone who hasn't seen The Disaster Artist definitely needs to go see it. Watch The Room and then watch The Disaster Artist. That is the only way to view those movies. Disaster
Artist version of The Room.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Riff Tracks version of The Room.
Riff Tracks?
That's pretty damn funny. Riff Tracks.
No.
No?
No.
You don't miss Science Theatre. You've heard of that before? No?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, MXT3K was basically the premise was they take old movies, old B movies, and they'd make fun of them. Basically, they just riff on them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when that ended, cast became Riff Tracks, and they just kind of carried on the making fun of movies as an audio. And one of the films that they did was The Room.
Okay. I love for things that make me laugh. So, all right, I'll have to check it out. Nice. So, I think if I remember correctly, what?
Oh, yeah, I think you've just lost your geek cards, Sonia, hon. You're on the naughty stuff.
You know what? I was young. There's my excuse. I'm pulling the age card. It's right here. Okay. I keep kicking things. Stop. Everything go away from me, from my kicking radius. No. I'm pretty sure I was young. And yeah. So there you go.
I think it was the Sci-Fi Channel that used to do Turkey Day marathons. So it was just back-to-back all-day episodes of MST3K.
Yeah.
You know, back when sci-fi was actually sci-fi.
Yeah. Fifi.
Fifi, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pulling the H card.
We never had that over here. Sci-fi never did good stuff like MS3K. You just have to watch it on YouTube.
I will riff tracks. You know what? I'm even gonna open Duck Riff. It's been opened. It has been noted. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Well, apparently it really is. Most of the episodes are Predator. I didn't know they existed until today. That's why it's here. So, how am I supposed to search for something if I don't know it exists? There you go.
Yeah, we've got a lot of MST3K fans.
All right.
Because they've got good taste.
Okay. Yeah, you're on my channel, obviously. Clearly, you have good taste. Joking, obviously. All right. Okay, I'll watch it. Until peer pressure. Holy hell! I was warned about this. I was warned when I actually started interacting with other human beings that peer pressure was going to happen.
But peer pressure in a good way.
Yeah, I mean, you're making me watch good things. I understand. I love that too. All right. Yep. I lost 2 viewers after that.
Yeah, we were talking about big game hunting in Jurassic Park.
We're saying that no, I'm clearly not alive. I'm glad that I can be open about this with y'all, and that I can finally come clean that I am not in fact alive.
We need Josh and RR and Darth Hastur to come on, and we can all just talk MST3K for an hour.
Well, I'll watch it. I can actually join y'all. So, I'll watch it. Okay.
There we go. I'm proud.
Anyway, moving forward past this slight embarrassment, and I think I really did just lose 2 viewers. They haven't come back. They're gone. I've triggered them by not watching it. Yep. So I'm gonna try to get them back by moving on from this very bizarre turn of events.
We can get back on topic.
We're turning back. No, we're doing it. Nope, I refuse. I refuse to let y'all continue to control my live stream. I lost another one. I'm really gonna have to go now. I think I saw it mentioned at the beginning of the stream. Alien Covenant.
Yes.
That was marketed and made me very excited for it because I thought I was finally going to be able to see an Alien movie in the modern day, like in theaters, first release. Because I love the Alien franchise.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got Alien Covenant.
Yeah, so how did that work out for you? Not so good. No.
Look at my face. It was just disappointment. Pure disappointment.
Yeah, Alien Covenant was a film that got too wrapped up in its own backstory and forgot to actually have a plot.
Yeah, it forgot to have characters too.
Yeah. So bogged down in the lore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's like, honestly, until y'all started telling me otherwise, I thought xenomorphs were just kind of their own thing. Like, okay, big universe. There's got to be some weird stuff in it. Just some weird shit that's like kind of. So yeah, Alien. Like of course there has to be some creature out there. The universe is too big, for there not to be that xenomorph. So it just kind of rolled with it. And then they were just like, no. And what they could have done is they could have done something really interesting with the company, Wayland Corps. You know, they could have done this whole thing, man. And
Don't mention Wayland. No, all I can hear is the Loki's.
no. Delightful
That
boy.
was funny.
That was funny. I didn't contribute. There was no contribution from me. I was just laughing, just trying to go with it. Jesus Christ. Stupid. Oh, I'm glad he doesn't have like a link here, because he would pop in like at this point and do his little voice. So, nope.
Got a Loki drive-by.
Yeah, no drive-by. We're not doing drive-by, because you think we got off topic? No.
Ironically, it would still be on topic because that's what we're talking about.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it would be. No, still no. It's oh yeah. Prometheus is a back and forth for me. It's very back and forth. Like, I appreciate it on like a Greek mythology level of appreciation, because there's so much Greek mythology in that movie. So it is just, the whole thing is just like completely covered in Greek mythology, and of course I love that. And it's oh man, to have to go from that, and thinking that Alien Covenant was going to bring back everything we loved from the original and Aliens. It was just no. And the trailer made it look like that. Like, I was so hyped for it. Like, I love that movie. Alien is my favorite sci-fi horror movie of all time.
Yes, I love Alien.
God, it's so good, and it just made it look like it.
Haunted house film in space. And I can't get that.
What?
Alien.
Wait, what?
It's a haunted house film in space. That's how it's been described in the past.
I have never heard that. But that's true. That is 110% true. I can't unsee that. You're warping my brain. Stop it. That's exactly what it. Oh shit.
That's why it works so well on a psychological level.
You are right. Holy hell. You are 110. Wow.
What? That and the design of the alien itself. Because
Oh
it's
man.
different to anything else. H.R. Geiger's initial design, and then again it was made by Stan Winston.
Yeah, no, amazing. Terrifying. Facehuggers are the most terrifying thing, because I don't like spiders. And the idea of something latching onto my face, especially if I'm asleep, latching onto my face, and then everything about the facehuggers are awful. You can't. There's no debate. Okay, you got the spider thing. You got the kind of. I'm not saying that word. That's a bad word. That's a word I can't say. It's the R one.
Yep.
Not the longer one, the 4-letter one.
Yep, the 4-letter word.
The face.
Yes,
The face.
beginning with R.
Yes. Anyone who watches Alien knows what I'm talking about. But and then you don't know what's happening, and you wake up, and then all of a sudden this thing is burst out of your chest, and you die. Like that everything about that is horrifying. There's nothing good about it.
Oh god, the scene where it comes out of John Hurt's chest, and you, especially the build-up, because you see him and he's fine, and he's kind of waving to everyone, and you can see the facehugger, what you think is the facehugger, just curled up, apparently dead on the floor. You think, oh, it died.
Yep.
Nope. And I love that apparently the cast didn't know what was coming.
Oh yeah, I heard about that too.
The shock and surprise on their faces is real, because they didn't realise what was going to happen.
Yeah, they used to do that a lot. Fun fact: in The Shining, the woman played Jack's wife.
Oh yeah.
Didn't know that he was going to come through with an axe. That was real. That was real terror coming out of her when she was screaming, because when he did that scene, she had no idea. The poor woman got traumatized during that movie. They did that to
Yeah.
her a lot.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
uh,
Didn't that cause her to quit acting after
maybe
that? Yeah.
I never saw her in another movie.
I mean, it was a fantastic performance, but yeah, she really really suffered for that film.
Mm-hmm. I mean, she'll live forever in cinematic history, and um, I've been trying to read The Shining. I keep stopping and having to restart it, but she fits the character pretty well from the books. So
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she plays it really well.
Friendly is not making a suspense horror movie like the first Alien. It's more of a philosophical journey with layers of concepts and antiquity. The missing ingredient in its prequels is a suspense horror. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's and likable characters, because in the original Alien movie, I was rooting for the good guys. That's really difficult in horror, actually. It's way easier to make them unlikable. But to make them good, solid characters, you know. And it's funny because I didn't realize this until I was trying to figure out. I was like, when you said John Hurt, it was like, oh, that was John Hurt. He's just much younger. Like I've been trying to figure it out. I guess I could just Google it, but it's like he just reminded me of someone, and it was like, oh, it's John Hurt. But of course, since we're talking about Alien, of course, Ash, played by Ian Holm,
Yes.
who died yesterday or the
Yeah.
day before yesterday.
It was yeah.
Yeah. And man, that best one of the best performances easily in that movie by itself. That is amazing. That his performance, completely believable as an android malfunctioning. Completely believable. Oh man. I like that the chat is still kind of talking about the movies that you aren't. No, so mean.
Yeah, I sent them off on a mystery science theatre tangent. Sorry.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Sorry. I know of it. I don't see it. My bad. Drew didn't have a hero to connect the films. You knew that. Yeah, no, you gave us David. Thank you for that. Because I hated David in the first one. And then you gave me David. And then you gave me another David in the second one, which was provided. You gave me one of the weirdest scenes in all of human history. No, don't. Not, I'm teasing y'all. Y'all can chat about whatever y'all want. I just don't know what you're talking about. But whatever. Chat among yourself. Y'all are here to hang out. It's like, okay, I basically invited y'all to my house to party. I'm not gonna go around to y'all's little groups at the party and like police what y'all are talking about. I'm teasing y'all. Y'all are fine. It's fine. But yeah, Rep being home. Yeah.
Yeah, rest in peace, Ian.
Yeah. Brilliant, brilliant actor. And just the contrast between Ash and Bishop, very, very different.
Well, you need the hero because,
Mhm.
like as we were saying, it works best as like a cat and mouse kind of scenario.
Mhm.
I think that's why Ripley works so well.
Mhm.
But yeah, you take that away. It's interesting to get backstory, but I'd rather have had it in a book than the film.
Yeah, honestly. I actually think I mentioned that last time. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
waitress, so thank you. Said I'm the hostess, not the waitress. Damn it. I guess it is the same thing in a way. That part. Anyway, is it shush, 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 shush. Yeah, yeah, you gave us a villain and not even a good one. It's just not even a good villain. It's just an unlikable character. David is unlikable. The actor, I think, did the best that he could, given where he was, what he was given. You know, I have a hard time if an actor acts well despite the crappy script. I can't blame them. You know, they did what they were supposed to do. They got the script and they read off the lines and did it. But
The bit that was stupid for me was the end where they're running away. You know, as the pillar is falling, and instead of running to the side, they carry on running forward.
It's I did one of the
I get it for suspense, but it's just so damn stupid. I just can't. Just get out of its way.
Little pillar, and if you took it that way and were running as fast as you were, you would have been fine. You know? I know time out going. Oh, that's funny. Hey, problem being. Hey, man.
Hey, problem being. Hello.
Ignored. Ha. That's another book I need to finish reading. Well, doesn't have it. She's yeah, Theo. She's everywhere, right?
Yeah. I see all. I know all.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. To the point. Okay. Oh no. Lady Mrs. returned to her realm. Not really, but she has willingly gone back to her realm where she rules. The void. Here we go. The hero is one of the audience connects with emotionally. And big McKinney off Shaw was that she was the only one. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Having David be it would have been like, okay, so would we all have enjoyed Alien as much if Ash would have won out and killed Ripley? Nope. No. It really just finished being on the stream. Oh yeah, I did see that he had a stream. He also streamed on Saturdays, I think. Just finishing that stream was on the panel. Send them your thoughts. Oh shit.
Yes. I did message him, bless him.
I'll have to message him when I get off here on Twitter. Poor guy. Well, that's I'm not memeing when I say this, but like literally, like thoughts and prayers with him. Wait, what? Hold on. You know, did you know that he would? I feel like I'm behind on the lore. What happened?
This was the other night when we were trying to do an intervention with Sammy, and Loki made me laugh when I was drinking juice, and I sprayed juice all over my laptop. Girl. Didn't know it was going to happen that night, but I've spoken to Loki in the past, so chances are it would have happened eventually. But it was all in my cunning plan to get a new laptop. It was fine. I just got a paper towel. It just went on the screen. That was it.
All right, so we're gonna put this in the chat. That's what we're gonna do there. And just in general. No, I had a stupid busy week, so Thursday came and work was kicking my ass really, really, really hard. And it was just like, either I do this now or when I don't have time in the future. And so, I mean, really,
It
guys,
was
I came up with my thumbnail today for this stream because I haven't had time to do so. Hashtag love hate. Yeah, that's about right.
Are you okay, hon?
Who? What?
Darth
What
Hastur
happened?
set his hands on fire.
Your hands on fire? Well, you might want to stop like listening and put it out.
Grown up, he said, "Crack me." I filled my Zippo and spilled some on my hand and struck a flint, caught my hand on fire.
My dude,
Ow!
please take care of that. Stop typing and please take care of that. Like, dude, go like okay. So obviously, like, don't put like ice on it immediately. Like, cool it down with some like cold water. Because you're gonna make it worse if you put ice on it like immediately. And get some burn cream, and hopefully it wasn't that awful. Hopefully this is a story that doesn't involve really bad scarring, but will be a funny story to tell in the future. So, did you find out who the YouTube demons? No, it might have just been the YouTube demon known as the algorithm. It's probably most likely what it was. So, which is the worst, in my opinion. That was the worst of them all, actually.
Because it's random.
Oh, it's pure rant. I know my name's Eris of Chaos, but nothing like the YouTube algorithm. You have no idea. Any second, it could just get strike. Die. That's fun. You know what? I'm screenshotting that. That's brilliant. I like that. I like that. You know, that missing some hair on my head now. Well, okay, hair is better than skin.
True.
Not good. Not good.
Okay.
And if you aren't, yeah, please, and just it just, oh man, seriously, just please take care of yourself. It's all right. Please take care of yourself. It's okay. You can go chill. Literally, go chill because your hand was on fire. But like, just kind of make sure, you know, when it comes to burns, it's like those first 24 hours are a big deal. So, make sure that you stick your head in cold water, and then don't put like ice or an ice pack like directly on it. Like, make sure there's like a, you know,
a cold wet towel would work as well.
Yeah.
Just wrap it around.
Yeah. It's I've never known anyone to set their hand on fire. I'm not quite sure 100% what to do. That kind of took my focus away from everything, but I hope you're okay, man. Okay. Be okay. Be okay, Darth. Please be okay.
Please be okay, Darth.
Yeah. No cooking and streaming at the same time unless the phone is away. There we go. Is Lady Myst still in the void? Like, willingly in the void? They're talking about a string and some breadcrumbs. Okay.
Well, the void is Lady Myst's realm. She can go back and forth whenever she likes.
Oh, that is true. That wonderful stream, very true. Oh, she's leaving. Oh, okay. All right. I got the second half of the meme. My bad. You have a good one, Lady Myst. It was nice talking to you this afternoon.
Yes. Have a good day, love. Eris.
Yo.
There is one big elephant in the room that we haven't addressed yet.
What I have been very obviously avoiding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, y'all. This is the probably the most obvious marketing flop as opposed to what we got. Does anybody want to take a whack at what movie had really good trailers, really good build up to it, had pretty much everyone convinced that it was going to be good, and became quite possibly one of God damn it, one of the most hated films of all time.
Yeah, Josh, I'm going to need the story behind that one.
I need a whole story. I need like a 3-part series and everything. Because
Yeah,
that a tooth to a vending machine. Those are two things that I don't know I'd ever just imagine occurring at the same time, with something to do with a tooth and something to do with a vending machine. Unless you were like really hungry and you went face first at the window.
Or it got stuck and shook it, and then it kind of tilted forward.
Well, those things are heavy. There it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
There we go.
Yeah. Close.
Boom.
Close. Almost close. We don't speak about that for the sake of Patrick Stewart. But yeah,
Patrick Stewart just doesn't care.
apparently not. I think we have to just roll with that as the conclusion, because you can't tell me that after the Emoji Movie, him starring, I can't really truly say starring because he wasn't, in Picard, he went and all right, we have a deal. We have a deal. Fair enough. All right. Fair enough. Okay. The story will be shared.
Did he manage to become a side character in a series named after his character?
That's a sad, man. I hope he got the money he needed. If we found out that Patrick Stewart was in like a bunch of debt, would anyone even go, "Whoa, I didn't see that coming"? It's like, no, he did the Emoji Movie, and then he went and did Picard willingly. You telling me that man does not need money? That man desperately needs money. Nope. I've already addressed The Dark Knight Rises. I will not address it anymore. It is not. I hate it. I hate that movie. Oh my dear. The Dark Knight Rises is my Last Jedi. It is. It is my Last Jedi. So, okay, yeah.
What emoji did he play, Chris? Put it in the chat, because I haven't seen the film.
He played the poop emoji. Purple.
Oh.
I'm not kidding.
God.
Played the poop emoji.
Oh.
You know what? Hold on.
That one I wouldn't have.
Good. Give me 1 second. Patrick Stewart. This is for good people. Patrick Stewart. Not Stewart. Stewart. Emoji movie. Oh yeah, I gotta. This is gonna break your damn heart. What this gonna do? Okay, so this. I don't know how to screen share quite yet. So let's see. So I'm not gonna like throw it out like actually in there, because Lord knows. There you go. That's what it looks like. Yep.
Oh Lord, thank you for that.
You're welcome. That is his character.
Yeah. For anyone who's wondering, she just sent me a DM with it.
Yeah, no, just.
Yeah, no sympathy. Sorry.
Yeah, like I don't know quite. I don't want to live mess with screen sharing. So for the first time, it's not like I have anything up here that's bad. It's just like
yeah,
I don't want to. Yeah.
What you got open?
Well, it's just like it's just it's something you don't experiment with stuff that you've never tried before live. You just don't do it. But that won't. Oh man. Yep. There it is. It's a thing. Should have to give up. Yeah, at this point it's kind of like yeah. Oh, that explains it. Okay, we have the answer. We have the answer now. It's 4 ex-wives. I'm sure that was pricey.
Ouch.
Good on you. Good on you, Patrick. Good on you. Oh man, yeah. Like I said, the memes are just it's just them. You can't. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, it's just yeah, it's how boomers of me. How dare I not? Yeah. Uh, anyway, let's talk about The Last Jedi because yay! That movie. I watched that trailer like 50 times. Friend and I sat there staring at screen, going frame
Mhm.
by frame by frame by frame, trying to analyze every little detail, trying to figure out all the secrets that were in there.
Oh yeah,
Um,
there was a lot packed into that trailer to dissect.
my God, I thought you saw the book, and I was like, oh, does that mean the Gray Jedi are gonna come in? Because I love the Gray Jedi. I think they're awesome. Like the idea of hey, it's the anti-hero. I prefer anti-heroes as damn, nothing. All we got are now bathroom jokes in my chat. So
I'm fine with that.
yeah, not the worst. It could be worse, but yeah, that's funny. I love it. Oh my god, 4 ex-wife. Yeah, no, yeah, 1 ex-wife. I think would add up personally. Not that I have one. I'm just saying I would imagine that one is bad enough, especially when it's Patrick Stewart, and she ain't going out cheap. And then you do that, you multiply that times 4. Yes. Just saying. But oh my god, I analyzed that. I was just it looked amazing. And the music, trying to figure out what is what is. I remember when people figured out that it was Luke who was like the Jedi have to end or whatever, and everyone's just like, what? What does that mean? Has he turned to the dark side? And
You wish.
I mean, yeah, I wish actually that would have been better.
Yeah, it would.
Actually, an appropriate emoji for the topic that we are talking about right now. Oh, hell. What a hell of a thing. That movie changed all of our lives. Like the Phantom Menace wouldn't exist without that, and we wouldn't all be here without that movie.
Mm-hmm.
It is just he turned to a crouch. Yeah, yep. Like I said, I would have preferred Dark Side. Actually, honestly, I would have preferred Finn as the main character. I thought he was the main character.
Well, he was set up to be the main character, and he would have been a hell of a lot more interesting.
Yeah, the blank slate that we still really don't know anything about.
He became a comedy sidekick.
Have I seen Blake 7? No, I haven't seen Blake 7.
Oh, you'd like Blake 7. Blake 7's awesome.
Alright, I'll put that on my list. It is everything. What's funny is, again, the trailer was so put together. It was so well done. And you go and you look at The Rise of Skywalker, and I saw that trailer, and I laughed and laughed after I got angry at them for like the first half of the trailer showing me different Star Wars movies that weren't that one. But no, just show your own movie. Thank you very much. And then, God, I lost it at the scene where there's like 2 million Star Destroyers in the sky. I wasn't gonna go see it, but I was laughing my ass off. This is like, why? It looks like you just copied and pasted them, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one's intimidating. I don't know why you have 8 million, but okay, thank you for that. You know, see, like that one, and then of course, don't even get me started on nunchuck, lightsaber, dark ray. So, like that. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just think of the one that they made as the meme, but it was like the Swiss Army knife.
Oh yeah, I don't know who initially did that. That's now a GIF in Twitter, by the way. I don't know if anyone noticed that. The first person I saw use that was John Talks. I think it's the first person who said it was a Switch Army knife. And I was sitting here just like, there's no reason to ever do that. What if you're holding it the wrong way and he swings out and hits you? Bye, Lori.
Hi, Laurie. Thank you, hon.
I was going to make a joke about her getting tatted down, but the time has passed so much about that I feel like it would be an awkward thing. And I'm still talking about it. So,
It's a story for another time.
yeah, good. Like how Josh apparently lost a tooth in a vending machine, and now, and Lori keeps getting patted down, and she's enjoying it. So, you know, Switch Army knife. Did I say Switch? Oh, I meant Swiss. My bad. Switch Army knife. It does switch though, so it's not incorrect.
Josh brings up an interesting question.
Oh, the what's a bigger sign of Hollywood's disconnect?
I would say Last Jedi.
That one's tough.
Yeah. Just because of the level of hype behind it. Ghostbusters, although it has a huge fan base, I don't think it has quite the kind of fanaticism behind it that Star Wars has.
The problem is Ghostbusters 2016 kind of started it.
Yes, it did. It was certainly kind of patient zero for what happened and is continuing to happen.
Yeah, that's yeah, I agree with that. It's like Ghostbusters started it. It didn't look good. The music, I think, is the only good thing. You know, the new kind of the remix of the Ghostbusters theme, kind of good. Not the Fall Out Boy version. Okay, I do like Fall Out Boy, but that their version of that song was not good. But I'm talking about like the trailer song that they put in. I really like that. But Last Jedi, yeah, I agree. Last Jedi was it's tough because Ghostbusters did initiate it. It's like almost it was like the first wave. But Last Jedi was again, none of us would be talking to each other right now had that movie not happened. Ghostbusters didn't do that.
No, Ghostbusters was an annoyance, and it was pretty much universally panned. But they still went ahead of it, and obviously he now wants to come out with that 3-hour cut that nobody on the planet is going to watch.
Nobody wants that.
Nobody asked for that. No, thank you.
No one wants it. Stop. And I think is it 3 hours?
Probably more. I think it's over 3 hours.
Okay, I was like, I thought I saw somewhere that it was like it was over 3 hours. 1 minute's too long. Okay, like a frame. You have done too much of that movie. Is it 4 hours?
Holy hell, that's longer than I thought.
Okay, hold on. That's 2 movies. Why did you shoot 2 movies worth of footage? Of course you're
Because
gonna
he,
have to cut shit.
because he let his cast ad-lib everything and filmed everything.
What are you serious? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That explains why the script was so awful.
yeah. They didn't stick to the script.
Okay, if you're gonna have your cast ad lib, you need someone like Robert Downey Jr. who's talented like that. Like I said, any amount is too long. The movie itself is too long. It's not like, Fury Road. I have never heard that take. Fury Road also kind of opened the door. Did it? I never got into the Fury Road franchise, and so I never saw Mad Max. Now, I know of it, obviously, but
I like Mad Max. I didn't really see Fury Road as a really much of a Mad Max film because he's not really the heroic character. He just wants to be left alone. So it's all the supporting characters that kind of take the forefront rather than, the Mad Max character himself. But it was very female centric. I would agree with that. Especially with was it Charlize Theron?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. This might have been more of a studio interference type of thing, where when the main character takes a back seat to their own film, it's not necessarily. It might not have been a Mad Max film originally.
Mm.
That's the thing. If it doesn't seem like it, it might not have been the Mad. It might not have been. Originally a Mad Max film, because there are movies that do not have that, like an original movie idea. Think American Psycho 2 was not a sequel to American Psycho when it was being filmed, and then the studio interfered and it became a forced sequel that's still not a sequel, that actually hurts the original. I don't know. Again, I haven't seen it. I really can't comment on it much, but maybe if they didn't call it Mad Max, it wouldn't be that big of a deal.
It was a very, very soft reboot. But like the chat says, he took a back seat. And if it's called Mad Max, you think you're going to see Mad Max. Whereas the original Mad Max, yes, he was, very hesitant to be a hero. He just wanted to be left alone. But Mel Gibson's character still stepped up and became the main character of the film. It didn't happen in Fury Road.
Mm-hmm. All right. I still think. I think Ghostbusters 2016. When I think of the beginning, I think of Ghostbusters 2016. There might have been other stepping stones, but like the hard beginning, I think is Ghostbusters 2016. But Mad Max might have been one of those stepping stones, because it wasn't like this just magically appeared at during Ghostbusters. Things had to have happened to get there, to the point of where we are now, which is insane. Where we are now, but it's.
I did like the new trailer though. It says ghosts haven't been seen for the past 30 years. That just made me laugh.
Ghosts haven't been seen.
Yeah, so it completely disregards 2016 film.
Oh, you're talking. Okay, sorry, I was
for the new one coming out. Yeah.
Yeah, the new one coming out literally cuts out that it doesn't exist. Like even Sony's refusing to acknowledge that it happened. It's like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. This is the next Ghostbusters movie. There has only been 2 other ones. What are you talking about? It's like, obviously, I Afterlife I'll probably go see. Just because of what it symbolizes. It's like going to go see Sonic Not because I have any real personal connection with the character, but because the studio listened, and because of that, you reward them for their good behavior.
Yeah.
It's but
Yeah, it goes back to what you were saying. Is it pandering to give people what they want to see? At the end of the day, you want people to go see your movie. You want people to see your product. If you
exactly.
have a bad product, is it that big of a stretch that people won't go see it? They won't go spend their money on it? I don't see why there was such a big backlash over the Sonic movie. Like say they listened to the audience, they took the feedback, and they made what was apparently a really great film. But part of me does wonder, was that trailer legit, or did they just make that particular trailer to look bad to test the water? Because that would have been a heck of a lot of work to
Yeah.
go through the entire film and change the look of Sonic.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
That, oh man, I remember, because I don't have any, like I said, I don't have any connection to Sonic. I grew up playing Mario games, but it was it just looked wrong. That's a trailer we're very happy did not live up to what the movie was supposed to be.
Yes.
Because even though the memes would have been glorious, like every frame of that movie would have been a meme. It would have done so much damage to that brand, and people who grew up and who grew up with that and played it. Well, like I can't imagine what it would have been like. Not sure why everyone is so excited for the next trailer. That's supposed to look like Stranger Things to me. First of all, I like Stranger Things, or at least the season 1.
I like season 1.
I
think it's just because they've disregarded the 2016 that people universally hated, and they're going back to the roots. I think that's why people are excited, and that's why they're willing to give it a go. What do you think, Hans?
I think it's more it's more what it symbolizes than anything. They're listening. What is the problem we've been having for a while now? They don't listen, and they do bad, and they blame us for it doing bad. It's like, okay.
Yes, I seem to remember a certain game that's just been released that's got that problem.
Yeah, about average user score of 3.2 and an A+++ by the critics.
Yep.
I've seen those ratings before.
Yes. Circling back around to the elephant in the room. Yes. A massive discrepancy between the audience scores and the critics.
It's Oh, have you heard about how they claiming it's bots? Not Russian bots.
Oh, not Russian bots this time, just bots in general.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not Russian. Those were specifically reserved for review dunking The Last Jedi.
They all retired for that.
Yeah, right. They all retired.
So you're telling me that it hasn't set record for most preview pre-purchase copies returned?
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, it is almost beautiful to watch, right? It kind of being around since something just kind of began is kind of fun because you get to see the progression. So watching what they've done, it is like It is hilariously awful what they've done. And I mean, I saw that cutscene. Did we all see that cutscene? Did you all see that cutscene?
Oh yeah, I saw that cutscene. Wish I hadn't seen the cutscene, but I saw it.
That is a hell of a thing to have in your video game.
Yeah. See, I'd probably argue that you don't need that sort of thing in video games anyway. I'd rather not see it in any video game.
But if you're gonna do it, at least animate it well.
Mm.
And don't have me questioning the genders of the people involved when you have clearly established what they are. I'm just saying. Stop making women look like men when it suits you. Just my opinion. Yeah, it's almost like no one believes professional critics anymore. I don't know. It's what is it? I take offense to that. My maternal. Does that say maternal? Am I butchering that? It says maternal, right? Maternal lineage had nothing to do with review bonding. This is the voice of honest reviewers. Are you confirming that you are in fact a Russian bot, Chris Persia? Do we have one of the famous or infamous Russian bots in the chat?
That's my takeaway.
Wow.
Apparently, Chris needs a wrench as well because he doesn't look right when he's not blue. that's what
Yeah.
Problem Being was saying.
Yeah. Dude, I can't bring myself to do it. I can't. It's like, and you wrench for so many people, and I have a wrench that I don't even really use properly on their channel, and I like I have a hard time doing just one. You know, I think I'm gonna take the Loki route. Just if you really, 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 really want it, you can tell me. But as of right now, I just want you to chill and enjoy yourself, man.
Same.
I'll neither confirm nor deny. I think we have a confirmation. How dare you? How dare you tell everyone how bad The Last Jedi was, and how bad that video game that will not be named is also. I'm sorry, no, you didn't have anything. No, you are a Russian bot, not a normal bot. Yeah. Now, Jesus, I just can't. This is your feet up stream. I want the man to chill every once in a while. He's a hard worker. He deserves to chill. Yeah, there we go. One will be saving grace for disobedience and everything starting up. Yeah, it's kind of, sort of, just it's kind of. I understand. Whoa! Hold on a second. We just had Mark, the infinitely tired, burst into the stream.
Mark's making one of your interests, Eris.
Hold on, I don't have my volume button. I'm just running and say, how's that button? What are you doing? Really?
Mark's gaming, remember?
Oh, he is gaming.
Yeah. Mark's a busy man.
Not gonna hear our lovely voices? Not even for a second? How dare you? You insult me. I'm just gonna have to promote his channel more. Purple, would you like to throw Mark's channel out in the chat for me?
Absolutely, would be my pleasure.
Awesome. Please subscribe.
Yeah.
Please subscribe to Mark. He makes rock videos.
Yeah,
I do mean that literally. We are gonna get him continuously in positive numbers.
His numbers have jumped up again.
Excellent.
Just seeing what he's on.
Excellent. I know. I have a tendency to forget. It doesn't feel like Saturday to me today. I don't know why it doesn't feel like Saturday. I've just been running around crazy, busy all day, so it kind of just feels like Friday, but I'm not getting paid to run around and do errands. So, yeah, he does like board games and stuff on Saturdays. Yep. Holds it quite well. What? It holds it quite well, unlike me. Oh, Electro. All right, sorry, that took me a hot minute. So, yep, there we go. This is Mark's channel. Please subscribe. If for nothing else, but for the meme. Do it for the meme. Always very important to do it for the meme. It's all right, problem being. Go get some sleep. Have a good night.
Upcoming problem being.
Thank you.
You need to send me your channel, and next time I'll link it in our chat.
Yeet.
That would be awesome. I didn't know you had a channel. Sorry, honey.
I don't know. Sometimes people have channels, but they don't upload content, but they have like subscribers. And then they'll have like other channels that they created, you know. So let's get that up to 30. Yes, let's get it up to 30. I want to see that man in triple digits by the time the year ends.
It's gonna get monetized.
Yep, we're gonna do it. It's my old band, so it's pretty different. I don't know. It's my old band.
Oh, I'd still like to see it.
Well, maybe we'll like your music. Oh no. Stranger things have happened. Like The Last Jedi, getting back on topic.
Yes, there we go. It's a nice segue.
Yes, I am learning segues. Anyway, fun fact, segue, in the regard that I just did it, is not spelled the same way of a segue.
Mm-hmm.
I learned that the other day.
You're trying to put it into your phone and it kept auto-correcting?
Yeah, it kept like, no, wrong. It's spelling it right. This is wrong. No, that's right. No, this is right. No, oh, two different words, right?
Yeah.
It just made sense to me, you know, like the thing, like you just roll into the next topic. You're just that awesome.
Gosh, those are rookie numbers. We're going to get those numbers up. Tell me what your channel is.
Yeah.
I'm going to have you and Mark do a head-to-head and see who gets to 100 first.
Exactly. Let's do this. I think he actually said he was going to start a channel pretty soon. Or not pretty soon, but at least at some point. The Pebbles check. That should be Robert Pearson's thing. The Pebbles check.
Apparently Rock is on the way to visit Rob, so
that is true. He and the boys are going to go take a visit to the arch nemesis that is Robert Pearson. That's blood YouTube. We'll just make him one. Just get some fabric and just like paint YouTube thing on. Send it to him. Oh my god. Good night again. Problem being.
Good night, love.
Oh man. You can tell how bad The Last Jedi is when we like can't stay on topic for it at all, and the chat is far more interesting.
Oh gosh,
yeah. Y'all, and don't doubt yourself. You are more interesting than The Last Jedi, and if anyone tells you anything different, then you know.
Problem with The Last Jedi is it's been talked about and dissected and just pulled apart by everybody.
Yeah, it's kind of like I would love to be able to go on for this for like hours, but it's like, yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, it's the same argument over and over again. They banked on nostalgia, and that's what brought people in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they actually had merchandise for that film that sold.
Yeah.
Well, some of the characters anyway.
And the Rose Tico figures were bought entirely by BBS. So
yeah, he's got the entire stock of them.
All of it, worldwide.
Although Az apparently bought 2.
Okay, so most of them. Az does have 2. That is true. You're talking about stories. When was this? This was a couple tangents ago. We tried talking about The Last Jedi, but it is just like...
Oh, sorry. Long Eris bad.
Yep. How dare I?
Sorry, Mark. We'll get those numbers down again for you. Don't worry.
Damn straight.
I know what I'll do. I'll unsubscribe, and then I'll unsubscribe with the battle quiz as well.
No, I'm going to continue being subscribed, and I will continue pushing your channel.
You're going to get a visit from Rock.
Oh no. You might not like him when he comes back. I might send him with a couple upgrades.
Yeah. Subscribers, and his subscriber sense went off.
Yeah. He was like, wait, why is it increasing? Right? Like the Force. Oh my god. Well, hell. Also, we can start wrapping up here because we were gonna end on a bang with The Last Jedi, but I can't be bothered to talk about it anymore. It's like,
it just went.
Yeah, it just sucked all the fun out of the room. Like we were doing good, and then I was like, well, this is the obvious one, right? We got to talk about this, and yeah,
it's the obvious one, but no one wants to talk about it because it's like it's been talked, and you're just bringing up the same points over and over again. With nostalgia, and then I thought this was going to be such a great trilogy, and the rest is history.
Yeah, pretty much. It was just like, but I can't even muster the energy to care enough about it or pretend to care.
The wasted potential, with the original cast and characters that you thought were going to be important but didn't lead anywhere, characters that didn't have development for 3 films. Looking at you, Ray. Unlikable new characters that were made just for merchandising, BB-8.
Yep. You gotta love just merchandise only type of thing. Because you can tell. They're cute. And you don't really... Korgs, good example.
Remember those crystal foxes that they tried to push and then found out that they'd actually been copied?
Yeah, there was that artist.
Someone else.
Yeah, that artist was just kind of like, so like, this was mine. Why is it on the screen? All right. Oh, bye, Mark.
Royalty.
Bye, Mark. And yes, there we go.
Well, if we manage to get Loki to 500 by Friday, we can,
2 more. Come on, people.
2 more.
Please. For the meme.
Dig.
Do it for the meme. It's very important. It might be the most important thing we've ever done as a community. If you are not already subscribed to him, do it. Just so I can get yelled at on Twitter here in a couple hours. Oh, the infinitely canceled. That's funny. Oh. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap up the stream.
What did you do? He really doesn't want subscribers. He's just private the channel.
Yeah, but then he'd get rid of all his rock content.
True.
He'd hurt Rock's
Just have to
feelings.
do that privately.
Wow. What did I do? What did I do to get a wow from RR? What did I do? I want to know.
Probably trying to get Mark to 30 by Sunday.
Oh, yeah, we will do it. It will happen. It is one of my favorite memes of this whole community. It is so funny. And then the fact that he uploads literally rocks as his content is amazing. Yes, definitely be excellent to each other. I'm going to go ahead and close out and start saying goodbye.
Okay.
Thank you, RR and Josh and Rebecca, Chris, Mark, for the brief, very brief moment that you came in and blessed us with your presence.
And got a couple more subs out of it.
Yep.
Out of it.
Yeah. Is the spike in madness problem being let's see, Mike from Collaborating Times. You have a stream coming up, don't you? It's your first, technically, like your first stream. And you know what? I'm just gonna keep that up there. Let's see. Did I just say Josh and Rebecca? I don't remember. It's a 3 hours, guys. My brain starts to go about this time.
So we had Chris Persia, Laurie.
Yes.
The boss was here earlier. Spike and Madness.
Yes.
Darth Hastur was here. I hope he's okay.
See, I think Jedi Bill is here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to do it by memory. Really, the whole crew was here.
Lady Myst was here before she returned to the Void.
Yes. To rule as the Queen of the Void. See, yes, starting this week, maybe Tuesday night.
Awesome. Cool.
Be sure to subscribe to him too. He's about to start his first stream on this platform. He did do podcasting for a while, but this will be his first official stream for this one.
Mm-hmm.
And yes,
give me a moment, and I will find the link. There we go.
And thoughts, and just keep Noel's mom in your thoughts.
Yes, we hope she's okay.
Tardy's zone, by the way, for those who don't know.
Because Noel's a great guy. We love Noel.
Exactly, Noel's good people.
There we go. Subscribe to Cobbering Time.
Yes, he is also good people. Everyone is good people who is currently in the chat and have been, who have watched, maybe even just popped in. I believe Captain Trek popped in.
Yes, he did. Awesome. Yeah.
Thank you. And I am sorry if I forgot anyone or we didn't read out anybody.
We had Lord Six earlier.
Oh yeah, that Zachary guy earlier. He's new.
Mm-hmm.
I'm bad with names on a good day, so roll with patience. Patience, my young Padawan. Again, anybody else? I'm really thankful that you came. Really am. I really appreciate the support and y'all just spending time with me. Any amount of time. I know 3 hours is a long time on Saturdays. I know. I get it. I really appreciate anyone who stopped by, who just even glanced, who came by to just like it. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all.
Yeah, thank you guys. We do appreciate it.
And also subscribe to the Valkyrie, which my lovely guest is a part of. One of the two. That their channel can be found in my description. And would you like to tell them about your channel?
Yeah, sure. As we said, it's Rise and Shine with the Valkyries. It's myself and Sammy Joe. We go out 10 a.m. Central Time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I mean, occasionally we have to do a later stream, but usually that's the schedule we stick to. And we tend to bounce all over with topics. We cover a little bit of current topics, and then we do some very random ones. Like yesterday, we were talking about pets because we wanted to kind of do something cute and cheer people up.
It was cute. Objectively, pets are cute. Yes, subscribe to them, and of course, you would throw your link out there. That's also cool. But yeah, like I said, it's in the description. You know,
Find it.
You can't find.
I'm gonna open. I can't get it.
Do it. Do it now.
You probably know what we're doing, isn't it?
Thank you. We kind of know what we're doing. Kind of on occasion. Like I honestly I could do it myself, but
That's why you have a wrench.
Ta-da! That is why I have wrenches.
That is what we were here for.
Yee.
There we go.
Thank you, Jedi Bill.
Hi, Jedi Bell. And thank you, Chris. I appreciate it.
Yes. Thank you so much, man. All right, guys. You need a swear jar.
I'm usually pretty good. It's something that's got the foul mouth.
About to say is that y'all been spending too much time together. Starting to talk like her. And next thing you know, Sammy's gonna have a British accent. That's gonna throw everybody off.
You know what I did find myself saying the other day?
What?
Into? I've never said that before in my life, but since I got a load of Texan friends, that actually made its way into a sentence.
Yep. It's addictive once you start, so good luck with that. And good luck with at least for me. I have to stop. I'm trying to stop myself from saying that tract. And if you hear me say shoosh, that's this one's fault. So
well, Sammy says that reasons because reasons.
Yeah. We're all infecting each other's verbal language. So yay, friendship. All right, we're gonna leave now. I can't close stream. Sorry. Y'all have a good day.
Thanks, everyone. You have a good one.
Bye.
Happy Saturday.